Ladies and gentlemen, if you like funny stuff and hot topics, you're in luck. The Than and Sam Show begins right now. Did you really want me to say funny stuff?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Than and Sam Show.
Oh, yeah.
Sam's catchphrase. Yeah, we're here Saturday late night.
It's not a catchphrase.
Oh, it's a beautiful sound. Midnight, roughly. Yeah, we're very excited to be here. I guess just to be polite, and because we mean it, we should thank some of the many people that started us off, gave us a chance. Starting with, of course, Opie and Anthony, little Jimmy Norton.
Yeah.
This opportunity to do talk radio.
It's the morning show on 202.
It is technically morning. Don Wicklin. Very nice. And Eric Logan, who actually took us out to lunch and insisted that we get on Pal Talk, which we haven't yet. Right?
Yeah, I don't know how Pal Talk works.
All right, well, we'll work on that. But that was a fun lunch. He took all the boys out for the Opie and Anthony show. In case you don't know who we are, we're Than and Sam.
Yeah, we're doing a radio show here now. A lot of you are probably fairly familiar with Than and Sam already. You know, you've heard us around. You know us, of course, from Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. What you might not know is we do radio, too.
Yes.
And we've finally come to XM 202 as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to do a show.
Yeah.
We'll never, ever forget again.
I get, I don't know about you, I get tons of asks because my Grand Theft Auto voice work.
Oh, me too.
I get people just coming up to me saying, can you say, are you cruising for sex, sicko?
Yeah.
That's what I say. Some
people, to me, they ask me to pretend like I'm calling into a radio show like I was doing on the game.
Yeah.
I do.
That's nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other gig we sometimes do is work for the Opie and Anthony show. And Eric Logan took the whole team out for lunch the other day. And I was very surprised to see you there, Sam, because not to see you there, but to see that you were...
We were all invited.
Yeah. To see that you were awfully nervous talking, or not even talking, sitting next to a bigwig.
I was.
Why is that?
This is why I never entered the corporate world. I try to avoid any place where there are sort of any type of superiors. I get nervous in front of people who I don't know. It takes me a long time to get comfortable. And situations where I need to talk to a superior in order to better my standings within a company don't happen.
Yeah.
I just can't say a word. And anytime I say anything that resembles a word, I think I'm overstepping my boundaries.
Yeah.
You give me an hour with them, 2 hours with them, and I'm dick and fart joking them to death.
Yeah, that's not a good way to get in with the boss, though.
But they're laughing.
Yeah. I'm just looking at our screen here. I can almost guarantee, well, maybe this is going to be too self-deprecating, because can someone test these? Craig? Anybody? Danny? Has anybody tested these over here?
Yes, I've checked the phones. They are operational.
All right.
Contrary to what the screen might say.
That just means no one's calling, and that's fine.
Than, you haven't given them the phone number yet.
That is correct. O&A were actually kind enough to furnish a special phone number for us.
Exclusive for the Than and Sam show.
And that is 866-969-1969 or 866-YOW-1-YOW.
That's 866-YOW-1-YOW.
If the pad data could be updated to reflect that, that would be helpful.
But yeah, I've never been in a situation where I can talk to bosses.
Yeah.
When I was an intern with a familiar radio show that you were working at.
Yes.
I couldn't talk to you, for God's sake. And now look at us. We're doing a show together.
True enough.
But I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised I was going to have to be the one to sell the show to Elo as
I'm a salesman. God damn it. I was born to sell. But when it comes down to it, I can't sell to people who intimidate me.
But yet you'll, for instance, instigate a fight between a security guard and a homeless man.
Well, some security guards I don't get intimidated by.
Yeah.
Homeless men certainly don't intimidate me. If I can see a homeless man fight a security guard, guess what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a specific instance. I'm not sure if you want to get into the details of this. When we happened to have a homeless person visit the Opie and Anthony radio show.
Well, you mean he was trying to get calmed down?
Yes.
Because his dog was outside.
Mm-hmm.
A security guard was trying to calm him down, and I might have mentioned to him that somebody outside was trying to sell his dog.
Yes, which might have incited some problems.
He did not take kindly to that, and furthermore got into a fight with the security guard.
Yes.
But again, this isn't my superiors.
Okay.
I am nervous around superiors until I get comfortable around them, and that's that.
What is... the Opie and Anthony show's Steve C. is walking around the studio.
Steve giving me a pat on the back doesn't intimidate me slightly.
But yeah. I mean, you're all balls, is what I'm trying to say. And I was very surprised to see you as a little meek flower.
I don't know if I was that bad.
The lunch table.
I don't know.
But yeah. It's Christmas time, Sam. And
yeah.
Walking here, I had to walk through all the nonsense of New York City, and it just filled me with a white-hot rage.
Wow.
Yeah. The streets are clogged with dummies that basically are they're coming to New York to look at a plant with shiny trinkets all over it.
Well, it's a Christmas tree. It's nice.
But it's just a tree, Sam. It's not like, the Empire State Building I get. You go there, you see something you never see before, which is a gigantic building, and then go up the top, and you don't usually get to hang out, a mile above the earth. That's an approximation. Mm-hmm. But a tree covered with stuff and lights.
I guess it is the type of thing that you get there and say, it does look how it does on television.
Yeah. There's just zero surprise factor.
Oh, there it is. It's big. Oh, there are the lights. It's a Christmas tree. It's the same thing as going to malls.
Yeah.
At Christmas time. First of all, November, the day after Thanksgiving, I start hearing this.
Yeah.
Piping through the mall stereo systems. And I'm like, oh, this is starting to get good. The Christmas season is here. And then I realize the Christmas season means I can't go to the mall for another 2 months.
Yeah. Because people are idiots, and they'll, it's like Pavlovian. They'll hear the music and time to buy Christmas presents.
And it'll just be, they'll find the most inconvenient places to stand to figure out where they want to go next.
Yeah.
They'll have a mall map, and they'll stand in front of an escalator to read it. And they don't understand the words, excuse me.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do? I'm trying to get upstairs.
Yeah. And maybe I'm just bitter because this is the first Christmas in a long time that I'm pretty much not with a lady friend.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that's not always a bad thing.
Well,
my sweet, innocent lady friend is shouting curses to people in parking lots at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah?
It's not a nice time for ladies either.
Yeah, but, they do all that pandering, all those commercials of people next to a fireplace doing whatever.
Yeah, but they don't do any commercials of couples going to malls together. You know how hard it is for one person to walk around a mall? Imagine if you got another one locked on your arm.
Yeah, true.
It ain't happening.
Yeah. Good point. I had more to say about Christmas, and I'm totally spacing.
You know what it is?
What's that?
You don't have a lady in your life.
That's true. And
ladies will keep you focused.
But it's just like, this is the first time I'm usually totally indifferent to the holidays, but they're actually pissing me off this year.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, the holidays are a time of joy.
Yeah.
A time to realize what you have.
Which is not a woman.
And there aren't any parking spaces.
That's true.
I mean, it took me 30 minutes to get out of a parking lot.
Yeah.
And you got there's always one nice guy who will let you through. Like we noticed that today. We were getting through the parking lot, and there was a long line, and it's one of those intersection areas. And so, we waved to some guy to say, hey, we're going to go through after the car in front of you. And he waves back, yeah, no problem. And so we get through and wave. And, of course, right behind us, 4 cars immediately follow, pulling out of their spots because they realize this one guy is being nice.
Because it's a season of thinking about your own fat self.
When you're in a parking lot at Christmas, it's not a time to give back.
No.
Take the spots you can get and run with them.
All right, this is probably playing with fire here, but let's give the phones a shot. What do you say, Sam?
I think it's about time.
All right, Jimmy the Trucker. Go ahead, buddy. You're on the Than and Sam show.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to be the inaugural caller to the Than and Sam show and wish you guys good luck.
Well, thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
All right. You boys have a good night now.
You too.
You're going to go down in history, because let me tell you something. This show has legs.
Yes.
And people are going to one day ask, who was the first caller to wish these fellas good luck? Because whoever he did, he must have done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Because luck is what they had. Or was that talent?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was luck.
All right. Joe from, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical of anybody who's too topical.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we know how things work around here. But Joe from Ohio, you're on the Than and Sam show. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I'm wondering, Sam is saying, he's all like tough and stuff, except when he's around the superiors or somebody who's, going to have something to do with his job. Then the next sentence he says, hey, I can't move the people out of my way from the escalator because, I say excuse me and they don't move. Well, then your superior, fucking push them. What the hell? All you have to do to get around the mall is be as rude as the other people. That's all you have to do.
You are right, Joe. If I treated more of those mall goers like these shitty interns we have around here, I would actually go somewhere and find some gifts.
Well, hey, check this out. And I got a question. Why is the Christmas season bad for not having a significant other? All that means is you got to buy less presents. That means you have less reasons to go to the mall.
No,
but you spend less money.
Man, less money out of your pocket.
Yeah, but
exactly.
But more loneliness and sadness. So there's that trade-off.
But what you do is...
Well, there's loneliness and sadness unless you take the money that you were going to buy their gift with and instead buy porn.
Buy porn.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Exactly.
Take it easy, buddy.
Trade in your depression for a lot of masturbation. Just jack it every time you feel sad.
That doesn't work, though.
Chafing?
Well, no, it only fills the void so much. Like
you can fill that void, Than. I've seen you go.
For instance, you should be punished for that comment. But, for instance, you find yourself looking at really odd things, like when I didn't have an internet connection for a couple of weeks, and I had to, let's say, sate myself to beach volleyball. Women's, let's just get that
Wait.
clear.
All right. You don't have porn on the internet?
Yeah, because I just moved. I hadn't got my internet connection.
So by sate yourself, you mean you were jacking it to women's volleyball?
Well,
Those are some horse women.
No, they're in wonderful shape.
Yeah, they're very well defined.
Yes.
Have you seen the muscles on those women?
Yeah, they go all the way up.
You can never jack off to a woman with a six-pack.
Why can't a woman be in good shape?
There's women in good shape, and there's women who look like men. And what you're doing is you're jacking it to a guy in a wig. A slight man in a wig. He's slight.
But they have the appropriate parts. Sure.
How do you know?
They're slimmed down.
Well, you don't know that.
They got curves.
Real women do have curves.
Thanks, buddy. But yeah, it just, I don't know, something about the, I think it's fairly obvious why holidays can be depressing for somebody without a personal life. I don't think the upside of not having to buy a person a present is really going to cut it.
I'm still not getting it.
You're still.
What I would do is I would take the money I was going to spend on my chick.
Yeah.
And get like a PS2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are.
Well, I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on a chick.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get a PS3.
I understand.
Get yourself a PS2.
All right.
Get yourself a PSP, and listen to yourself and Vice City Stories.
That would make myself feel better. Just to quickly answer, I believe yes, the feedback is up. Somebody's asking, and we'll be here to take comments and questions from there. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Pollock from Whackbag. You're on the Than and Sam show. Go, Pollock. Pollock? Is he just trying to kill time? Well, I thought he was going to be friendly, but he's just wasting everyone's time.
I was going to be our first caller from Whackbag, and I was going to thank Whackbag for the support they've given us.
Yes, we had a nice little thread there. Whackbag.com for all your Opie and Anthony related needs.
If you weren't so sarcastic, you'd realize we were going to be nice.
Yeah. Let's try Bubby Man from Brooklyn. Bubby Man, go ahead.
Hey, fellas, how you doing? I just want to say I love the Fan and Sam show.
This doesn't sound true.
Yeah. It has been 13 minutes of goodness so far, Bubby.
Oh, it's been actually 14 minutes of goodness. But anyway,
good point.
I just think you guys are a bit too negative on Christmas. I know with the whole, you're buying gifts and stuff, but I think Christmas is a great time to give and stuff like that,
Are you a real person?
Yes, I am, actually. That's the scary part. I'm a very real person. Yes!
Thank you for calling in.
I got to say something. Bubby Man has got to be an FBI guy or something.
Why?
I did not see that one coming.
No.
I thought this was a festive, holiday-loving guy.
Yeah, because they're always up at 12:20 listening to the radio.
Just thinking about how much they love Christmas and the Than and Sam show.
Well, plus you have to be some kind of ninja to get past our phone screener tonight.
Yeah, we got Craig over there. Craig, the intern for Opie and Anthony, is screening our phone calls. The interesting thing about Craig is that my fist could fit through his earlobes.
I'm sorry, what can fit through his earlobes?
My fists, they're huge. He's got giant holes in his earlobes.
Like some sort of African tribeswoman.
It's true.
Yeah. What are you going to do, the plates around your neck sometime soon, Craig?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Good comeback. So, Than.
Jesus Christ.
We're talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Did you have something to say?
No, I just was not interested in hearing any more from Craig. We're done with Craig talk.
Again, if you want to call into the Than and Sam show and try to get past Craig, I'm telling you just might as well say I'm calling to prank the show because that's all you have to say. And it'll be like, sure, and put up your name and location. The number is, again, a special number just for this show is 866-WOW19-OX if you want to call in.
All right, so WOW19-OX. I got nervous. When I get nervous around superiors, it's like I'm being starstruck. Like, when you're a little kid and you sit by Santa and he asks you what you want and you realize that's St. Nick next to you.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I want anymore. You could ask for anything. When I'm sitting next to somebody who controls my fate and my profession, that's what I get like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do next.
How about just be yourself?
I don't even know what to call him. Everybody calls him Elo on the radio. Do I call him Mr. Logan? Nobody else does. But I don't know him.
Overly formal.
But is Eric not?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's what I call E-Rock.
That's true.
For God's sakes. It's more complicated than anybody thinks.
Yeah. All right.
It just is.
I was shocked and appalled.
At what?
At your timidness.
I'm just saying it's hard until I get comfortable.
Yeah. Got a couple of interesting news stories here, Sam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like this grill in Arizona called the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Is incredibly cheesy, but their big thing, because they give you a heart attack, is not just that they give you bad foods like steak and whatever, but the nurses, the waitresses dress like naughty nurses.
Oh.
See how that might also give you a heart attack?
I would hope to get one from a naughty nurse.
Yeah. Yeah, they wear skimpy, revealing outfits. Like, everybody knows what a naughty nurse looks like. But apparently nurses are up in arms about this, actual nurses, because they think it's actually hurting the nursing industry.
I agree.
You think it is?
The one thing I realize when I go to hospitals is nurses don't get the respect they should.
Because you thought about a steak you had last week.
No, because nurses walk around in those, like, scrubs. Like they look like they're wearing a tracksuit.
Yeah.
Nurses should be wearing little short skirts like they used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just reading some of the feedback.
It's all right.
It's mixed. But I'm sorry, Sam, I have to disagree. I don't think people are actually discrediting nurses because a waitress is dressing up to simply serve a steak. I don't think that's besmirching the name of
Oh, that's what they were saying.
Actual nurses everywhere.
I thought it was a satirical thing.
What?
Because nurses aren't getting respected because they don't wear those outfits anymore.
No, that's not how it works at all. But see, then we get Lou saying you guys are cool. So it's all over the place, Sam.
What do you mean?
The feedback.
Don't pay too much attention to the feedback. They don't know what they're talking about.
That's a good point. All right, again, topical, so I'm wary. But Jeff from New Jersey, back to your difficulties talking to Elo. Jeff apparently has some advice.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, guys, I just wanted to wish you some good luck, first of all. And talking about superiors, I kind of get nervous, too, around them. And I wanted to know if you guys had any advice to, I guess not get nervous and, keep it cool and get ahead in the business road.
Yes.
Well, what I would do is not overstep your boundaries.
Yeah.
You got nothing?
What?
You said yes.
You shouldn't overstep your boundaries.
All right, so
just act like a normal person.
Well, I can't do that either.
Yeah.
I go back to, I guess I get in the mind frame that I'm 16 years old and shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's not true, though.
No. You've earned the right.
To a dinner with Elo.
All right, I feel like we're just starting to get the wheels off the ground here, getting the wheels spinning. We're going to take a quick break, regroup, and come back with a lot of fun. How's that sound, Sam?
Fun.
Yeah, all right, it's the Than and Sam Show.
The Than and Sam Show, radio for gays and straights.
Welcome back to the Than and Sam Show. The number again to call in, 866-9MY1YOW. That number again's 9MY1YOW.
9MY1YOW.
Yes.
We got an engineer in here who's working on the Pal Talk situation.
Yes. It's very short breaks. Someone called me out on the feedback. I'm apparently trying to do too much at once, Sam, because you completely contradicted me with something, and I went, uh-huh.
Something that I've learned in my experience in a business.
Fucking dummy.
The radio business.
Yeah.
When you're doing a co-host type of deal, pay attention to the other guy with the mic.
Yeah.
Because you never know what he's going to say.
You're saying all kinds of stupid shit. And, I mean, with all due respect.
No offense taken.
Yeah. You know how I do like to sort of troll MySpace for pictures of women. That's not...
You don't sort of troll MySpace. What you do is you go on MySpace, you look for girls who accept you as friends or who compliment you, and then you basically map out loud what you would do if you were having sex with them.
Yeah. That doesn't, reflect on my moral fiber, I don't think.
But then you call them your girlfriend.
Well, when I have a rapport, I feel like it's not a leap of logic to take. But yeah, I just like to go to MySpace, and there's a feature called Browse.
All right.
And you can select whatever parameter you like. For instance, gender.
What do you go?
I go female.
Good for you.
And then just thousands of pictures of women come up.
Wow.
It's great.
Just like that.
Yeah. And you can just go and check them out and see which ones are pretty.
Technology these days, man, I tell you.
I love it. But I've noticed something, and it's kind of been bugging me. Because I like to do this, I've noticed that the MySpace chicks, in general, maybe it's just the browse feature, maybe there's a parameter I'm not looking into, they're getting fatter, Sam.
In general?
The MySpace women are getting fatter.
Is there a weight option?
No.
Like you could put in a certain type of number of pounds?
Like as opposed to, age, range, and weight. No, that's...
Under 250?
That's a crapshoot. So it should be a good general sampling of the population. You have some fatter people, some skinnier.
I don't go on MySpace the way you do, so are you telling me that these fat chicks have gotten so comfortable on MySpace that they're moving away from just the eye shot?
They are doing actual full body shots.
So we're not looking at just a picture of, the nostril?
No.
And, saying, you don't know me?
No.
But then you look at their blog and you say, I got a good idea who you are.
Yeah, when they complain about nobody talks to them and
now it's just a picture of you and all your fatness.
Yes.
Why on earth would a fat girl start on MySpace?
Well, maybe she's just reaching out to chubby chasers.
To people who are going to make fun of her. This is why I can't have sympathy for fat chicks. If you're going to do something like this and then say somebody can't bully you, you're putting yourself out there for it.
Yeah. But I think another explanation for this is that the women have started to go away from using pictures of amateur porn sites to be their profile pics.
Really?
Yes.
They did that?
Yeah, and that's kind of embarrassing that I recognize that. You know, someone can't put up Carmen Electra and be like, "Hi, I'm from California," you know.
But yeah, you're the guy who
from like, you know, sweetlucy.com or something.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's the chick from Bang Bus.
Yeah.
And everybody looks at you like, I've never seen this woman before in my life.
She's famous to me, Sam.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that
that's the chick from women's volleyball.
Hey, we all have what is going on? We all have our vices. And I happen to like, so when I have my internet connection, I like to look at women. That makes me straight, Sam.
Yeah, but women's volleyball?
It's still women. I don't know. You don't troll for women on the internet at all?
I try, but as you can see, I can't even work a Pal Talk room, right?
That's correct.
I end up with pictures of gorillas. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I go on MySpace to try to find old classmates and see which ones have kids.
That sounds...
And so I can laugh at them.
Because they probably made a mistake. Because you're a young boy.
I'm only 23 years old. At my age to have a child.
You did something wrong.
I bet it's out of wedlock.
Yeah. The birth control system fell apart at some point.
Yeah.
Or was not employed.
But I just can't imagine. Like, when you see a fat chick on MySpace, what do you want to do? Comment, you're fat.
I was just going to say, navigate to another page.
No, you insult her and say, don't take up MySpace like this. You're the reason MySpace is so slow. You know how much bandwidth those pictures take up?
Yeah, and they do sully my...
Tons of it.
My selection. But you can also pick race, by the way. You know, yeah, if you like... I totally cut you off there, but, you know, if you like the black women or the Asian women, you can just narrow that down. And just whatever fetish you want, except, I guess, weight. Unfortunately, there is no parameter.
You just get a MySpace bulletin full of fat Asian chicks.
Yes.
That'd actually be interesting to see. I've never seen a fat Asian chick before, except Margaret Cho.
Oh, but she's funny.
No, she's not.
Oh, she's killed.
I saw her MySpace profile.
Yeah, how'd she come out?
Fat.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to keep away from MySpace. You're not going to find a good woman on MySpace.
Yeah, and I've been occasionally solicited by...
fat women?
No, by attractive women. But how, in God's name, you have to make them do the Osama bin Laden pic, you know, holding today's newspaper.
Yeah, and then you realize somehow they paid an amateur porn star to hold a newspaper up.
Yeah, or...
just to get in Than's pants.
That seems like an extreme.
Well,
I also don't understand the fetish of men pretending to be hot chicks on the internet.
I actually understand what you're saying. I get that, too.
You do understand
I don't
what
understand it, but
okay.
I get those bulletins.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be corresponding with them for weeks and months, and then I get a picture of junk in my MySpace box. And I just say, why would you do that?
Yeah, just spending all these hours luring you in.
You just betray my trust.
Talking about how hot you are.
And then all I get in the mail is a picture of a phallus.
Yeah.
And it's his, for God's sakes.
Hey, Craig, you listening? Try easing up just a little bit. We're getting some feedback that you're being a little harsh. What's the word, Danny?
What?
No, Craig.
Hold on, Rita.
Is Craig being mean to the frigging callers?
Are you being mean?
I can hear
something.
No, I'm not being mean.
Okay.
No,
right,
just people have shit. They're putting their 2 cents and it's bullshit.
Oh, jeez. All right. I like Craigie's angry.
Yeah.
He's pissed off that these people are
what type of radio show would want callers to call in with their 2 cents?
Yeah, weigh in on things.
Jesus.
Contribute to the conversation.
These fucking people with some nerve. Do you understand? The mics are behind these two. If you got an opinion, get your own show.
Exactly.
If you got a prank call us up. But if you got an opinion...
Craig's not interested.
Craig is not interested.
Yeah, it's coming in all over the place. People are very upset about Craig.
I just wanted to say that I don't like Christmas either. And
yeah.
Some guy with huge earrings hung up on me.
It looks like somebody stapled hockey pucks to his earlobes.
Oh, but they're hollow.
Yeah. I can't believe that's a look.
You know, I could probably get both my thumbs through one of his ears.
I also this holiday season I bought a Wii.
What?
For myself.
I remember.
A Nintendo Wii.
I was online with you.
Yes. We spent about 20, 30 minutes in line to buy a Wii.
Than, I was online for my younger brother for the Wii. You waited online for 4 hours to get a Nintendo Wii, which, by the way, I saw him at Toys R Us 2 weeks ago sitting on a shelf at 2 p.m.
Oops.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I had it day one, and I was playing Zelda before anybody else.
No.
Unless they waited till the next day.
We got it at night. Plenty of people got it that morning.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting so easily distracted.
It's okay,
but I'm very excited about it because I played Zelda. I was swinging my sword around. For those of you not in the know about the Nintendo Wii, it's actually controlled via a remote control that you swing, and what happens on screen is reflected in your swings.
What are you talking about?
Like, say you want to swing your sword to the left.
You push left.
No, you swing the actual remote to the left. Why does that upset you?
Why would you do it? Why don't you just get a sword?
You mean just swing around an actual sword?
Yeah.
Because that's not fun.
But it's fun to swing around a dildo that looks like...
No, it's a remote control.
What does it look like?
A remote control.
It's not phallic-shaped whatsoever?
No, it's not phallic-shaped. I'm sorry to say, Sammy.
Is it longer than it's wide?
Yes.
It's a phallic symbol.
Wait, so remote controls are phalluses?
Yes. Phallic symbols.
Okay. Water bottles?
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess you take this phallus and wave it around.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Apparently people are having trouble with it.
What are you talking about? You just swing it.
Yeah, they're hurting themselves and their equipment around the house.
If you're going to swing it and you're going to hurt yourself, get a goddamn real sword. Get a knife. Do something active.
All right, CNN was on the scene apparently covering this story.
If you're among the thousands of people doing all you can to get your hands on a Nintendo Wii, you should know that once you get your hand on it, the hard pipe might be keeping a grip on the thing.
You just say hard pipe?
Yeah. First of all, how many takes does this guy have that he can't fix that?
Hard pipe?
Hard pipe.
That is a homosexual reference.
I'm not sure that's the angle he's taken, but...
I haven't heard the story yet.
All right.
I can't do the safety strap. That's a problem right there. Veteran gamers...
The safety strap?
Yeah, you have to wear a safety strap
for the hard pipe.
Yeah, when it doesn't, so when
you
it
can
doesn't
strap it on.
fling out of your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From around your waist.
You're really trying to take the sex angle on this, huh?
It's just how it sounds so far.
James Ransom Wiley and Chris Grant strapped me in for a wee bit of fun.
Oh,
so what do you want to start with, tennis?
Tennis.
It's a punt.
The Wii controller is more like a magic wand. Wave it and your on-screen app.
Is that true? Does it actually have magic and everything?
I'm starting to come around on this gay angle.
Yeah.
He's talking about his wand.
Exactly.
But no, it's not magic. There's a sensor bar that reflects your motions. What's upsetting you so much?
Plug in your remote.
Yes.
Push up, down, right, left, and X.
Yeah, there's a strap so you don't lose it. What's the big deal?
Avatar mimics your motion. The problem is it's easy to get caught up in the action. Look what happens when we start boxing. Am I hitting you or are you hitting me?
He's hitting you.
See, everybody's having a good time.
He doesn't even know what's going on.
The same thing happened to James' mom, and this controller bears the scar.
And my little cousin kind of bounced forward as my mom stepped forward.
He goes forward?
Yeah, and just crack. And then the battery cover flips off and the batteries go flying.
People are
In fact, Wii users are bombarded with a series of warnings to be careful. This one reminds players to tightly secure the wrist straps.
What Nintendo maybe underestimated was how much people were going to enjoy moving their arms, getting off the couch, and really swinging their arms.
Underestimate?
Maybe doing it a little too much, a little too hard, and yeah, the engineering isn't holding up.
Yeah, it sounds fun the way he's laughing.
Yeah.
I saw this stuff. I saw the Wii, the promo video, whatever it's called, the preview video of games being played.
Looked like fun.
These games look like flash animation. They look like the MySpace banners, where if you shave a guy's back, you get an iPod. That's what the Wii looks like to me.
I always play those games, though.
I walked in on my brother. He was Wii bowling.
How fun does that sound? You don't have to get a lane. You just have some friends over with your remote controls, and you bowl without needing to leave the house, Sam.
There's a bowling alley right down the street. We have a backyard. Do you need a Wii baseball game? Go in the old Sandlot like in the old days. Get some fresh air.
All right.
Which is to say the straps are breaking and the controllers are flying through windows, into ceiling fans, stereos, laptops, and even some expensive flat-screen TVs.
Why is this so hard to understand, Sam?
Why would you do that? Hold on to the remote. Obviously, this is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Nintendo remote going through a flat-screen TV?
Apparently.
No, I'm talking about
you mean the old school
wired Nintendo remote.
I used to get angry and throw mine.
Well, you're free and obviously retarded for playing the Wii, since it's a game system built for retards.
I think it's just for a different take on the normal thing.
It says right on the box, Weetards.
Does it?
I don't know. I don't know what it says on the fucking box. I'm not reading the box.
It's just, instead of the buttons, you have trouble with the buttons, Sam. This would be right up your alley.
No, I don't have trouble with buttons.
You previously said the current generation of controllers actually makes you uncomfortable.
Right down, left up, 4 buttons, whether they be A, B, C, D, triangle, square, XO, and then a couple buttons at the top in your gold. And a start, in case you want to pause, take a break for a sandwich. You don't need joysticks and nunchucks and strap-ons and all this other stuff to play a video game.
The gory details documented on the website wehaveaproblem.com.
Yeah.
Chris and James say the real trick is to tone down the body language. You see, the controllers are more sensitive than you think.
Is this less fun?
Sitting on
I think it's fine to be less, though, yeah. The game doesn't have a lot of strategy in it. It's really about getting up and swinging your arms and stuff.
Besides, the experts disagree.
Was he playing ping pong?
We caught up with chiropractor Karen Erickson at the Toys R Us store in Times Square.
This is my advice. The game is intended to do standing up. Stand up and play the game standing up. Try to use your whole body when you do it rather than just your wrist.
It's good
she
for
says the Wii is a winner because it will uproot some couch potatoes and get them moving. Just take it easy.
What?
Take frequent breaks and stretch between rounds.
Stretch? We're exercising now?
Yes.
Here is how you don't break a Wii remote. Hold it.
Okay.
Stop being a jerk. What the hell would you throw a remote across the room through a window?
People, they're lunging for that forehand or whatever, and they need to hit it.
Foreskin, did you just say?
Forehand.
Do you know how hard you have to throw a remote to break a window?
Pretty hard.
There's no reason for that Wii to have that much impact that you have to throw the remote through a window or through your flat-screen TV. Just play it like a rational human being and you'll be fine. But why would a rational human being buy a Nintendo Wii if it's not for his brother? I don't know.
All right, we're going to circle back a little bit, if that's all right with you, Sam.
I'm very flustered and frustrated, so hopefully this will calm me down.
Well, we'll go back to the MySpace issue. Hopefully you can chill out about the Wii stuff.
That's right.
Tony from Iowa. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes, sir. Having a good time listening to you guys so far tonight.
Thanks.
You guys were talking about the guys who pretend to be girls on MySpace and stuff, and all of a sudden you get a picture of junk in your email.
Mm-hmm.
What are they hoping to accomplish with this? I mean, like, talking to you for a month, and then all of a sudden you go, dick might be okay. What is the point of even trying to pull off this ruse?
Did they get you, Tony?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, let me tell you something. It's humiliating.
Yeah. Maybe they just like hurting other people, Tony.
I don't understand the benefit of it. I don't see... What, Tony? This is what Tony said. Would you ever go gay because you were talking to somebody you thought was a girl, you ended up having a connection, turns out he's a guy. Is that gay?
No, man. As soon as, if you ever realize that they had a penis, I think that the interest is pretty much gone because you weren't going after a penis.
What if you hook up with them once based on the previous conversations?
Say that again now?
If you hook up with him once, just based on the conversations you had before.
An intellectual attraction.
That's...
It hooked up as in, like, freaking slept with him, or just, like...
Just made out like a little.
Well, if we made out a little, then I could see possibly... Okay, you're starting to win me over, Sam.
All right, I'll give you my phone number.
Good job, Homo. All right, Tanya's just left. Damn it.
What was she?
Well, again, she was a hot internet chick, Sam.
Oh, man, I wish you could have talked to her.
Yeah, had to have been a real one. All right. Yeah, so you back to Earth because of the Wii?
What? Oh, now you got me on the...
Let's hear what What's-His-Face had to say to wrap this up.
We got more.
You are so scary with this.
Yes, I am. We repeatedly asked the folks at Nintendo to talk with us about the allegations of faulty straps. They've been unavailable all week. Their president did hold a news conference in Japan yesterday where he said the company is investigating some of the problems, but has not made any decisions about any design changes.
What do you mean we use faulty straps?
Apparently the straps are the problem. Like they're supposed to keep people from freaking out.
The people using the remotes are the problem. They should say, we have no comment from Nintendo about our faulty game users who can't fucking work the remote. Do you ever really aggressively try to change the channel on your TV?
Yeah.
Hard enough to throw it out a window?
No.
Why would you do it on a video game? It's not a real baseball bat. If it was, you'd be outside like a rational human being.
Yeah.
But no. You got to swing this little phallus, this little white plastic thing that vibrates. Does it have shock on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, big surprise. With a strap.
It's not a gay item, Sam.
But it's a strap-on vibrator, is what you just said.
No, that's not what I just said. It's a simple interface.
In her face.
What does that even mean? You're going to get me angry, Sam.
Well, that makes two of us.
I saw this another cute story. We were talking about sex earlier. Tony was very excited about his love connection made over the internet.
We'll get to Tony later.
Our Tony is a whole other thing. But this Cambodian hooker, female, was she stabbed a guy twice because he refused to wear a condom.
Why didn't she just not do it?
I don't know. She got away. Yeah, she got away enough to get her knife, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he would not submit to her demands of wearing a condom. I like this story too because he paid her $1.20 to have sex with her.
That was her going rate?
Apparently, yeah.
Wow.
But if you're in Cambodia,
mm-hmm.
I gotta think you gotta wrap up your penis with whatever you can find.
Especially with a $1.20 hooker.
Yeah, I can only imagine she's pretty busy.
What's the conversion rate over there? Exchange rate?
I don't even know what the Cambodian unit is. We'll get our crack research on this team on that.
It's still $1.20. You got to believe that a lot of people have $1.20.
Yeah.
A lot of people have AIDS too.
Yes, especially in Cambodia.
2 and 2 together.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm a very safe person when it comes to sex. It takes me a long time to get to the point where I can say, let's forget about protection.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know where most people have been, Sam.
That's a good point. Was the knife clean?
I don't know.
She probably gave him AIDS. You want to try to give me AIDS? Look what you got.
A knife of AIDS?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How long does it take you to sort of get that trust?
To take off the bag?
Yeah.
More than $1.20.
Okay. I don't mean money. I mean sort of length of time thing.
I don't know. A long time. Doctor's tests, years and years.
Remember to call in the Than and Sam Show. It is 866-9OX1-WOW. That's our special phone number we're giving tonight.
That's what we got?
Yeah. A lot of the others were taken. If you want to call in, comment about the Wii or...
Cambodian hookers?
Or Cambodian hookers, if you had some experience with that. Let's go back a little bit. Snatch from D.C. Go ahead, man.
Yo.
What's up, Snatch?
How you doing?
Good. Go ahead with your comment or question.
Oh, yeah. So have you guys actually banged anybody off of MySpace?
No.
Dan has.
No, I haven't.
Wait, you have?
I've gotten close, but I always freak out at the end because I think something bad's going to happen.
It's never, in my experience, it's never been worth the amount of time that you need to put into it.
Have you successfully met somebody that wasn't a complete disaster?
I don't know, maybe not a complete disaster, but yeah. I mean, I did hook up with one girl off of MySpace, but it totally wasn't even worth it. Because, you spend all day, if you spend a week talking to like 5 different girls and then 2 of them take you like 3 weeks to actually hook up with them, you get to know them, and you finally meet them, they're not even hot because all the girls that really have the shit going on, people are clamoring to hang out with them to begin with.
So if they have time for you, then they suck.
Exactly.
All right.
Got to go for the escort and convince them not to make you put on the bag.
So you're it's perfect. So you have you frequented escorts yourself then, Snatch?
No, but I've thought about it many times.
Oh, you might get stabbed.
Yeah.
I have been stabbed before.
Nice.
Really? You're across the board.
Yeah, if you've played with a Nintendo Wii, you're just the perfect caller.
I haven't played with the Wii.
That's
the only thing I haven't done.
Why'd you get stabbed?
I actually got stabbed by a girl I used to live with. A girl I was actually going to marry, believe it or not.
Why? You wouldn't put a rubber on?
No, it was a lot more complicated than that. Had to do with like alcoholism and being bipolar and all this stuff. And,
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
All right. Well, we liked how you started with a nice upbeat subject. Now you're just ruining everything. But thanks for calling.
I know.
Thanks for calling in, buddy. All right.
Yeah, rock on, boys. Hey, don't look at the feedback for the rest of the break. Just you guys are delivering. It's good.
All right. I like
you.
the positive karma. You're a good person. Let's take him out. All right. Again, let's Tanya. This is the crapshoot. Tanya from Arizona. I have a feeling we're going to hear a pair of balls hit the phone any minute.
Why? Tanya?
Yes.
Oh, no, you sound hot. What's up, Tanya?
Yeah, I'm just freaking hanging out.
Are you drunk?
This is the most boring radio show that I've ever listened to. Between the Xbox and the freaking Cambodian sex slaves here, and like, wow.
But you're catching all the bullet points.
No. Tanya's problem, it's not a boring radio show. You are obviously not listening carefully.
Well, give me something that would make me happy.
Here's the thing. If you were listening enough to know that this was a boring radio show, you would know nobody talked about an Xbox. We talked about a Wii.
Well, I heard about that, but...
What makes you a hot internet chick, as it says on the phones here?
Hot internet chick.
Thank you for repeating what I just said. Tanya, are you drunk?
No, I'm not drunk, actually.
Oh, okay.
Something tells me you might not be the best judge of content.
Yes.
Well...
Do you have
All right, yeah, I guess you did.
Give me something that would make me happy.
You called in the show twice, so please tell me what is your point of calling in the show, please?
Well, normally I would listen to Opie and Anthony, but I don't really know what... I don't know.
All right.
Give me something, though. Tell me a story.
This is the world's dullest person telling us we're boring. I'm okay with it. Tanya, you have a great night, and maybe pick up reading, because it was a fun conversation.
Well, the problem with Tanya was she was retarded.
Yes. Apparently, I think it's past her bedtime then.
You gonna get that one?
Yeah, why not? It's topical. AJ from Connecticut. Go ahead, buddy.
I just want to let you know, MySpace isn't all, for naught.
Really?
You got a good page, man. It gets you laid.
What makes
What
makes a good page?
Just not the typical bullshit you see, the flashing, fucking retarded banners and blinking backgrounds and.
So you don't need all that nonsense coding?
No, you need some serious coding. If you put in, you get rid of all that bullshit, you format it exactly how you want, you put some flash in there, man.
Chicks have banged you because you have flash on your MySpace?
14.
14 chicks?
Hell yeah.
That's very impressive. Would you like to plug your MySpace page?
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
MySpace.com/AJFARREN. Check it out.
All right, hold on just a sec. Let me pull this up.
All right.
I can't believe this has actually worked. Ooh, okay. Already we see an unconventional style, Sam. Everybody else go ahead, sorry.
It's maroon.
Ooh.
AJ, are you single?
What? My single?
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, because
he just picks up chicks.
I'm just saying, this page is...
Well, he knows that web design gets you ass. I could have told you that a while ago.
It's a sexy page is what I'm saying.
In a place like MySpace, if you know what to do and where to do it, you get the hookup.
This guy's just... You could hear the confidence in his voice.
Just like in the bedroom, am I right, AJ? If you know what to do and put it in the place, then you got it.
All right, thanks, AJ. So people can go check out your page and get some dues. This
Right on.
Maroon background equals instant pussy. Thanks, buddy. All right, we're going to step aside with instant pussy. We'll be right back with the Than and Sam Show.
Thank whatever God you worship. You're listening to the Than and Sam Show.
We're back with the Than and Sam Show.
Oh, yeah. The Than and Sam Show live on XM 202. I'd like to thank everybody at XM. We'd also like to thank everybody who showed up tonight. Danny running the boards. Bronx Johnny. Craig,
who's apparently still being a complete motherfucker on the phones.
Is that true, Craig?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What? Are you being a complete asshole?
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
Even when people are topical?
Well, it's either two things. It's
either we suck or they want to talk about something we're talking about. Let's go with column B.
All right.
We suck.
I'll try.
All right. Well, those are the kind of people we want to talk to.
I'm trying my best.
All right.
That's what scares us.
All right. Go put something larger in your earlobe.
All right, I will.
Yeah. All right. So we want to debut a new segment here. First of all, I want to give out the phone number because that's apparently what you're supposed to do in radio. 866. I'm already getting sick of this, so I'll just say wow1wow. 866-WOW1-WOW if you want to call in the radio show.
You give up fast.
Yeah, 969-1969.
Than, is it time?
I believe it's time.
For everybody's new favorite segment. Ouch! I don't know what that was, but let's bring them in. It's time for suggestions from Tony on the Than and Sam Show. This theme song is already getting me, Tony.
Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Tell me that song doesn't get you pumped up.
That song, I mean, I know I'm in for a good segment.
It's such a feel-good song. It really is.
Now, Tony has been behind the scenes for a little while. He's an intern here at 202. And Than realized, when we were writing some production, that Tony's strength is that he's an idea man. And so we invited Tony, a very exclusive invite. You have to understand this, Tony.
I appreciate that.
To have your very own segment on the show.
I'm so honored, by the way. I couldn't even believe it was like a dream come true. I couldn't even believe that this was happening to me.
It's called Suggestions from Tony.
Yes. May I start with a suggestion for you, Tony?
Absolutely. Anything.
Tilt the mic towards your mouth.
Yeah.
It's on a swivel. Just pull it up.
You can bring it up towards your mouth.
People need to hear your sultry voice.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm here. I'm just a little nervous.
That's okay, right. Tony. We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Eons ago, but, you know, we've been there.
Thank you very much.
Now, Tony, we came to you with a simple request. We said, realized you had good ideas in our production meeting. You know that.
Thank you.
Do you agree?
I absolutely agree, yes.
What we came to you with is said, we're not going to use your ideas for our production yet.
Understandable.
But what we want is bits. We need some content for the show.
It's a new show.
Than and me don't have a creative bone in our body.
Yes. Plus, we're very busy.
You guys are busy. Very busy.
And so what we need is a creative force that can join us and give us ideas for bits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took it upon myself over the past week or so to try and think about what I can contribute to the Than and Sam Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with a couple things. You know, I know it's not going to be, you know, fantastic, but I think it'll be okay because like you said, I've given you a couple things. You said I got a little potential, and I'm going to try for Than and Sam because I'm going to try and get in with you guys.
Tony, you've been drinking a little, have you not?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Yes, I have. I had a couple sniffs.
You had a few Chardonnays. What of it?
Yeah. All right. But you have two. There's two sort of parts to your segment today. There's the broad strokes suggestions, and then the fully fleshed out ones.
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to get you guys confused. I have some stuff that I had about 6 or 7 different ideas.
See, this is what I'm saying. We come to this idea. We come to this guy with we need ideas.
Yeah.
most normal human beings will come to us with an idea or two. Because we call it suggestions from Tony. Tony's going to say, oh, you want a suggestion this week, one next week, blah, blah, blah. He's got a baker's dozen suggestions right in front of him.
No, absolutely. So, believe me, I have a well of stuff I want to put out there. You know, the only thing is, between my Red Lobster security job and this, I don't have much time.
Are you bragging?
So I'm saying.
Yeah. Some of us just do radio.
Hey, listen, it wasn't that easy to get into. I had to pull a lot of strings. But what I'm saying is, you know, between that and this,
fisherman,
and O&A working for them, I got a lot of hours logged. I got about 60 hours a week logged. So it's
tough. You got a lot on your plate.
All right,
which is evident by the size of you.
Yeah,
I do. I do have a lot on my plate.
Just so the people at home have a rough idea of who the man behind the hot voice is. Tony, could you describe yourself real quick?
I'm about 6 foot tall. I have a shaved head, a goatee.
Get to the weight, Tony.
That's all people want to know.
Hold on. I want to tell them about my sideburns first. I got sideburns.
Nobody cares about your sideburns unless they're heavy. Get to the weight, Tony.
You're looking at about 350 pounds of Tony. That's what you're looking at.
All right.
I was going to say killer whale, but Tony works.
Why are you ruining my mimic? I got my...
Just painting a picture, Tony. That's what us radio guys do.
Yeah, they don't know out there.
Okay.
They hear our voices and they picture handsomeness, and they just got to know what to contrast that with you.
You ruined my MySpace hookups by telling everyone I'm 350. I was going to take, eye shots and try and hook up.
Well, short of sneaking up to them with a club, they're gonna know what you look like before you hook up.
That's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's get to some of your broad stroke suggestions. We'll start with the rougher stuff first, and then get to the goodness.
Okay, the rougher stuff. Let's start with a little bit. I like to call. We're gonna go for drink, fuck, fight. That's my first bet. It's called drink, fuck, fight. It's Saturday night with the Than and Sam show. You're looking at, late night creep. It's not an early morning show. It's not an afternoon show. Everybody who's out.
We know what time it is, Tony.
Everybody who's out, they're out. They're either hanging out, they're coming home this late, or they're going out. They're all tanked up. They're trying to bang broads.
All right.
What we should do? We want to meet you want to meet your listeners. You want to see who you're dealing with.
No.
What you want to do?
I'm not sure you're using enough words to describe this, Tony.
3-hour show. 3-hour show.
All right. Basically, we want to know what you're up to. We want to. I think you guys want to know who's out there listening to you and what they're doing. We want to know what you're up to on a Saturday night. I think maybe we set something up from the thanandsam.com. Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
thanandsam.com. Maybe we set something up. We could have people email and basically
say what you're doing.
Yeah, we make a section: drink, fuck, fight. What are you doing? Who are you trying to bang? Send a picture, how hot she is. Maybe somebody's cock blocking you. Maybe you're fighting somebody. If you're not out Saturday night, drink, fuck, fight, you're doing something wrong. So I think
Okay, that's idea one. We get people to email what they do on a Saturday night to us.
You know what some other people do is actually get people to call in with it. It's called taking callers on a radio show.
I think we want pictures. I think pictures would be perfect. Maybe
You're
a little
for the visual medium that radio is, pictures would help.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, it's probably for our pleasure. We could pop them up, maybe describe what's going on.
Tony, if you want jag-off material, don't get it from the radio show. Next suggestion.
I got too much spy mode.
Next suggestion.
Next suggestion. Is that what you said?
Yes, next.
All right.
You got some balls making fun of how Sam talks.
No, I wasn't. I was
I
couldn't hear. I was just checking.
Let's go.
All right. It's holiday season, right? Holiday season's coming up.
It's here.
It's pretty much here. I think everybody here is pretty much a good guy. I think we should get a little, kind of like a grab bag thing going along with everybody here. We should get a little Than and Sam show grab bag going on. We have everybody chip in.
Holy shit! Tony just thought of radio prizes.
Radio prizes.
That's an excellent idea.
So
maybe we'll have contests and people can call up.
Check this out, Tony. Maybe we're on the same wavelength. This could be something unique to the Than and Sam show. And let's make it fair. Let's not make it the smartest gets it. Let's make it whoever can dial the fastest. So let's say fifth caller gets something from the Than and Sam
grab bag.
Next suggestion, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, I got a couple things going on here.
Tony, before we continue, you're dead serious here. This is not a bit for you.
Absolutely. I'm trying to contribute to the Than and Sam show. I want to be on top of my game. I want you
We
and
told
the listeners.
you 2 weeks ago to come up with ideas. And this is honestly what you come up with, and not because you knew it was going to crash or anything like that.
You believe in these ideas.
What you're looking for, here's the bottom line. You know that we're going to smash you, but what you want is to come up with a good bit that we say, you know what, honestly, Tony, because we will be honest.
We misjudge.
We'll say, honestly, Tony, that's a good idea.
No, I figure 1, maybe 2 out of 7. Maybe you go, hey, you know what, kid, it's not bad. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Honestly, I know, but at the same time, I believe all these have legs. I believe all these have legs. You know?
Yes. What's your other broad stroke? And then we're going to get into the good stuff, the stuff that you've really fleshed out.
I got a broad stroke. I myself have never really been to church. The only time I've ever been to church, I think, was funerals or weddings, and I really don't know how it kind of works. But I know that everybody, we all do crappy shit. We all do horrible stuff, And I feel like if I go to church, it's just gonna be bad news. So I think we try to find out how bad we really are. We go to church, confess our sins, and see.
You're pitching confessional.
Confessional. Yeah. We want to see who has the most 100% honor. On the honor system.
Oh my shit!
You go in there, you confess yourself, and you see who has the most Hail Marys, and the winner comes out as the biggest scumbag out of everything.
We're gonna have a radio contest. Where is this for the staff or the listeners?
This is this is for the staff. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Staff and
I had a couple
show.
sniffs. I apologize.
Okay,
it's for the staff, and then we see who the biggest scumbag is out of the bunch.
All right, so the staff and talent of the show says I got 6 Hail Marys. Thane goes, oh yeah, I had 8. Tony goes, I had 9. 1 was for this bit idea, and then we move on.
I win 9. I win.
All right, what do you win? Something from the stupid grab bag?
I win a keychain, a little tchotchke outside.
All right, well, let's not dismiss Tony's idea, his first one, without giving her the fuck. Was it fuck, fight, or drink?
Drink, fuck, fight, I believe.
Let's find out what people are doing during the show. Dave from Cleveland, go ahead.
Hey, what's happening, man?
What are you doing?
I just want to say I'm just chilling, smoking a cigar, smoking a doobie, same time.
Are you fuck, fighting, or drinking?
Drink, fuck, fight.
Chilling with my girl, drinking lots of beer.
All right, thank you, Dave.
So you're drinking?
Dennis from FBA, what are you doing?
Tony!
Darren, dude. Gunslinger from FBA. I just got done 4-wheel driving out in the desert out here north of Vegas, chasing jackrabbits around in my pickup truck.
Attaboy.
All right,
Dennis.
drunk?
Attaboy.
Are you?
No.
Are you gonna fight the jackrabbits?
No, I was trying to spotlight him with my shotgun.
Are you gonna fuck him?
It's kind of hard to do. Hell no.
Well, then apparently
Dennis.
Tony thinks there's something wrong with you.
Dennis, get a hold of yourself, pal.
Phil from Atlanta, please tell me what you're doing while you listen to the radio.
I just really wanted to contribute to this exciting bit idea.
Yeah.
I'm driving home from work.
You see that, Tony? You see what you bring to the show?
We never would have known that.
What's this guy's name?
Phil. I'm gonna fuck my fist and then go to bed.
All right, thank you for calling in, Phil.
Attaboy, Phil.
Shut up, Tony. He's making fun of you, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
He's fucking his fist.
No, he's not going to really do that.
That guy was on our side.
Is.
That guy was on our side. I hate to break it to you.
Tony, next suggestion.
Phil's a good kid.
Yeah.
Next suggestion.
Let's go to one of the marquee bits here, the fleshed out one.
Let's go to marquee bit. I'm going to debut something right now. It's called Tony's Interesting Facts. That's what I'm debuting right now.
Wait. Explain this bit.
Tony's Interesting Facts. That means anytime you guys feel necessary, you can come to me, Tony, and you could ask, and I will give you something interesting, and maybe you could talk about it for a little bit. Maybe you guys will go on a little rant. Maybe you have a good time with it, and you could do some radio.
Give me an example, Tony.
You guys want an interesting fact?
Give me an example of an interesting fact.
3 Mile Island is, in fact, only 2.5 miles long.
That's exactly what I thought. Do you realize, Tony, you are giving me the amount of show content that I could get from a cap of Snapple? A bottle cap gives me as much show content as you.
You're totally exposing me. I only.
You went. God damn it, Tony! Did you go on SnappleFacts.com and get these?
I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to be honest because I like you guys.
Thank God.
I have 16 facts. Only 2 of them are from Snapple Facts. Only 2. Only 2.
Hey, Bronx Johnny, could you go down and get me a Snapple cap so I can do Sam's interesting facts?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You didn't hear the side fact.
We're low on show prep.
Wait.
Go drink
we
it.
got a side fact.
Yeah.
You guys heard the obvious fact that 3 Mile Island is only 2.5 miles long. The side fact is my online penis size is 8 inches long.
Online?
Yeah.
Meaning?
Meaning, when I go online, my penis is 8 inches.
It grows or what?
All right. Listen, this is anytime.
That was one of your marquee bits, though.
Yeah, but I have anytime you want to go to these facts.
Yeah, Danny, you want to contribute?
Yeah, I have a game we could play. It's
What's
called Interesting Facts About Tony.
Okay.
Do you got one, Danny?
I certainly do. Here's an interesting fact about Tony. Tony once paid for sex with a girl who was 180 pounds.
Thank you, Danny.
But what are you doing? We just had a good time in there. We were having Heineken's and like it was all good. We were talking about you're fucking.
Bye, Tony's segment.
Tony, drink, fuck, or fight.
I'm drinking.
Fuck a 180-pounder for how much?
Listen, first of all, she was about 5'9", 5'10". She was a big girl. She was a big girl.
We've established that she.
And listen, I'm a big guy too. I don't start till about 140 anyway, because that's just First of all,
it's chump change.
Yeah, it's a problem, but before 140, and then after 140, that's just physics. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You guys are thin guys.
How much did you pay?
$160.
Was this a
1 hour?
You're paying $1 per pound.
Yeah, you're paying by weight.
What is
it's
it?
not a fish.
You should have got one of the skinnier chicks.
It's a woman.
Listen, I'll tell you what though, she one of the best ladies I've ever had.
How many have you had, Tony?
I don't know, 10, 12, who knows?
Ballpark it.
Paying or non-paying?
Oh boy,
Tony, how
separate? Hold on, Danny. Separate the paying versus non-paying.
Paying, you're looking at, I don't know, 8, 9. Non-paying, 4, because the one I met in Atlantic City, and I thought it was going to be a pay, but it wasn't a pay.
You're
lucky
just too
you.
smooth.
Yeah,
you are a fucking animal.
Not only did I win 250 and Hold'em that night, I got a girl who was pretty cute.
How much did she weigh?
Cute. Nah, she wasn't bad. She was like if I'm guessing 140, 150.
That's his wheelhouse.
Or was she 4'10"?
I'll tell you what. Listen, Sam, you're like what are you 140 pounds?
I weigh right around there. Sure.
Yeah, you're tiny. You're tiny. Listen, I can't be with 130. 120-pound girl is what people want to bang. If I'm with a 120-pound girl, I got to call the cops afterwards. You know what I mean? It's just bad news.
How much was the 10 that you had?
The what?
The 10. You said you had a 10.
Oh, you got a 10?
You banged a 10?
Yeah, you said you banged a 10. You paid for it.
Oh. I told you $180. What's wrong with that?
$180. Okay. Describe this 10. You mean a 10-tonner?
No. She was a 10. She was beautiful.
How much did
Craigslist
she weigh?
broad. She was
That's where all the fly honeys hang out.
Yeah. She had 120, 130, something. I'm not good with girls' weights. I can't. 120, 130. She was fabulous.
Wow.
But she laid there. She wanted nothing to do. I'm a charming guy, but a charm can only go so far. She kind of just
translating over the radio. Great.
Speaking of charming, so going back to Snapple Facts was number
You want
one.
another interesting fact? Sam?
Well, actually, you said your online penis size was 8 inches.
Yes.
So I'm starting to grasp that means when you go online, you pretend your penis size is 8 inches.
Yes.
What are you working with?
I'm working average. I'm working 6, 6.5.
6.5. You're a big guy.
I know.
It's got to look small.
That's the problem. Like if you had a 6-inch cock, Sam, it would look fucking huge.
Thank you.
And by the way, I seen your thumbs. I know your cock's like 9.5, which fucking God's an asshole because he gives you a 9.5-inch penis, and he gives a 350-pound fucking cocksucker a fucking 6-inch.
6.5 on a
yes.
good day.
But what I'm saying is, a guy like my size, I'm walking around with a 6er.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like I got a fucking, a turkey timer popping up when I'm fucking ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, Tony.
It's a little embarrassing, but
we got a new bit idea. Tony, you better look out. People are trying to compete against you.
Uh-huh.
Josh from Jersey, new bit idea: kill the fat fuck.
Okay, that's a good bit.
Josh from Jersey.
Some of the interns, some of the phone callers have some fun facts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's try. They even have numbers. Steve from Long Island, go ahead.
Yeah, I got fun fact number 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that would be intern's name Tony Stink, and I don't like him.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, pal. That was original and beautiful.
So
Thank
what?
you.
At least it was honest.
I want one other fun fact, and then follow it up because we didn't get the whole gist of this bit.
Yeah.
Interesting fact. Tony's interesting fact followed up.
There's follow-ups. Just follow-ups with
so
fun.
give me the next interesting fact, and then followed up by the Tony pizzazz that you give it.
All right, you got it. Number 2. Most of the world's people have to walk. Most of the people's.
It's a good thing we picked you to read these, Tony.
I had a few sniffs. I'm sorry. I've been drinking Jim Beam since 8 o'clock. Let me apologize. Let me start over. Number 2. Most of the world's people have to walk 3 hours to fetch water. That's true. Little side fact. I take 45-minute showers.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
All right, so say this again. Clear this up for me. Most of the world's people...
They walk 3 hours to get water.
Uh-huh. And you?
I take 45-minute showers.
How
I don't
often?
have to worry about
How
water.
often?
3 to 4 times a week.
That's one less per. I mean, that's less than one per day.
So
I usually take a shower.
You take 22-minute showers every day.
Oh, I shower 4 to 5 times a week. The reason when I don't shower, I usually shower when I give a little scratch on the belly button and I get a whiff. Then I know I got to shower.
Tony, you're coming on a radio show.
Yeah. I showered today.
That is broadcast. I don't care what you did today. That's broadcast in the United States of America as well as Canada, and you're broadcasting the fact that you are bragging about having running water.
Did you hear my fact?
Who gives a shit?
3 out of 4 people.
Big deal. Guess what? If you were in one of those countries, you wouldn't be taking 45-minute showers. You would rarely have water, because I'd like to see you walk for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but listen, if I was in one of those countries, I'd be about 200 pounds less, and I'd be running fucking marathons and winning. I wouldn't be how I am, and I have no problem going for showers.
You'd still weigh 3 bills if you were 200 pounds less.
That's true.
So you couldn't run that fast.
That's true.
You're saying you're fat.
But I would have flies buzzing around my belly, and I have no problem not showering. You need another fact?
What the hell are you talking
No, we don't
about?
need another fact.
Next suggestion.
That's clearly your crutch for when you realize how awful of a person you're making yourself out to be.
That's why I went back to the facts. You didn't hear me try to revert?
Your facts are awful.
Okay, so one of your awesome fleshed out bits is interesting fact.
Interesting fact. And you guys feel free to go to that bit anytime you need. I'll be here.
Oh, we will.
And you ask me, I'll give you one. I got fucking 18, 19. Don't worry about it.
All right. Again, if you have more to contribute to the Tony's suggestions, call in 866. Let's go. Yow19Ox.
866 Yow19Ox.
That's YOW19Ox.
What I really like about Tony's bit is that, say we run really long content and go through 20 fun facts.
Yeah.
We'll just have an intern run down and get Tony a 6-pack of Snapples, and we're good for another hour.
Yeah.
We got gold.
All right. What's besides your facts? What else you got?
All right. So what do you have? 3 fleshed out ideas that you said?
I think that's 4 or 5. I don't even remember.
All right. So give me another fleshed out idea.
I got something for the listeners. I'm going to tell you guys. I got something
good.
for the listeners.
Clearly not radio. Go ahead.
If the listeners want to play along, you guys can call in. I know it's a new show. We don't got much budget, but...
Wait, before you move on, we have another fun fact coming in.
Do we?
It's from XM Radio on Pal Talk.
Okay.
Fun fact number 34, Craig the phone screener is a cunt.
All right.
XM Radio has been trying to get through the entire show to let the Pal Talkers know that he's being nice enough to stream our show on Pal Talk since our studio is having technical difficulties with that.
Mm-hmm.
Craig doesn't want it, doesn't believe him.
That's not part of what you think is important to the show, Craig.
So fun fact number 34, Craig the phone screener is a cunt. Tony, next suggestion.
All right, I got something for the listeners. If you guys want to play, you can go ahead and play. You know, we can bring some listeners in. I don't know what we have to offer to them if they win, but it's
something from the grab bag.
Something from the grab bag.
It is the holidays.
That grab bag got shut down before I could even tell you what was in it.
I don't want to know. Just go on with whatever you're talking about. We're not talking about the grab bag.
All right, let's go. Let's go to our next awesome bit. It's going to be called
first.
It's going to be called Slex. What? Somebody's been drinking. All right, stop. Let me intro it again. You guys get me laughing when I come in.
Oh, we waited till you completely botched the English language, then we started.
I got to be honest. I haven't laughed once since you walked in the studio.
All right, I had a few belts. Relax. Let me get it. Let's go to our next topic. Sex slang or stock symbol. Let's play a game.
So you're telling me, I'm going to say, in my radio experience, this is what I'm thinking you might be. You give a series of letters, and the listeners have to call up and guess if it's a sex slang or stock symbol.
Not only that.
Did you go to radio school with Scorch?
I did go to radio school.
With Scorch?
Oh, did he do this bit? Am I stealing it? I don't know.
Anything that's blank or blank and has sexual innuendo, he kind of has cornered the market on.
Tony, explain your bit further. You know what? Let's get an example. Callers, get your dialing fingers ready. Than, what's that number?
That number is 866
Ox1 Ox.
Yow 19 Ox. That's YOW 19 Ox.
Tony, what's the first one?
All right, but before I get into it, let me tell you. You not only do you got to name what it is, either sex slang or stock symbol.
But you have to tell us which one. Okay, what is
No,
the
there's
one?
a bonus. There's a bonus. If you could tell, after you guess what it is, you can tell me exactly what either the stock symbol is or the sex slang. You win a bonus. You win a bonus prize. That's what you do.
We don't have the grab bag ready, so don't get too excited. Tony, what's the first one?
Should we try to get a caller in here? I'm sorry if you called about something else. We're going to hijack you to try to get this bit
you know
going.
What? Let's get Tomcat on the phone and get his idea for a bit, and then he can play along.
All right. First, Tomcat the trucker. First, give us your bit idea that you called in with.
My bit's called Slap the Fatty.
I like it. We're going to start it.
See, Tomcat's making me laugh.
Hey, Tomcat.
Yeah.
Tomcat, jackknife your truck, you cocksucker. Jackknife your truck.
Wait, no,
Look,
but
do that, Tomcat.
Look,
jackknife your truck.
I'm going to have to turn off your mic if you're not more polite.
Yeah, you wish.
Let Tomcat play the game.
All right, Tomcat, will you now stick around and maybe we can prove Tony right by playing his awesome game. Will you play along?
Yeah, let's play.
All right, go ahead, Tony.
All right, Tomcat, here we go. HMC, sex slang or stock symbol?
HMC, I say stock symbol.
Hang up on him. He's right. He's an asshole. Hang up on him.
Tomcat, you were amazing. Thank you, buddy.
Tomcat, you suck, Tomcat.
Like we said, we have no prizes. Just
is
the
that
prize
your
of laughing at
CB
Tony.
radio name, Tomcat? Is that your CB?
Shut up, Tony.
Slap the Fatty.
Is that your CB name?
Slap the Fatty sounds like a much better
All
name.
right, thanks,
Shut
buddy.
the fuck up, Tony.
Tony, you don't tell us how to do
I apologize. I got a little fired up.
what
from
we do.
Tomcat's CB name. I got a little fired up. I apologize.
Okay. Let's go to Alicia in Ohio. Alicia, you're on the Than Sam Show. Go ahead. Turn off your radio, please, Alicia.
Much better. Hi.
Hi.
Am I playing that game?
Hi, baby.
Well, first of all, what'd you call in with?
Well, I wanted to say the fun fact number 35.
What? Fun fact number 35.
Your intern Craig is a turkey timer.
Intern Craig.
Oh, you're fucking everything.
Gee.
I don't. All right, let's go to.
All right.
Let's
Thanks. Thanks for calling in and petering out.
Yeah.
Al in Nebraska. You want to play? What's
like
this
that one,
game's
Tony?
name? Sex symbol or
sex symbol or sex slang?
Sex slang or stock symbol?
Sex slang.
Sex slang or stock symbol.
All right, Al. Stand by for
Cal.
Tony. I'm sorry. What's your name?
It's Cal.
Cal.
Stormer Strip.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You ready, Cal?
You betcha.
Y'all fired it. You like my new?
Shut up, Tony, and
ready to play.
All right,
Ask him the question.
You two settle down. All right.
I'm fired up.
MSOG.
MSOG. Stock symbol.
I'm sorry there.
Oh, sling.
Are you really proud of
I'm
yourself,
sorry.
Tony?
I am. I kind of am. I was kind of waiting for somebody to get something
Tony,
wrong.
I want you to realize something. This is one of the worst bits I've ever heard on the radio.
Do you want me to explain what MSOG is?
No.
All right. That's part of the game.
Next bit.
You're ruining the game.
Next suggestion.
Oh wait.
You want to ruin the whole game? I got plenty
Wait,
going.
wait,
He just tried to say something real quiet.
Yeah,
What was
he's
it?
trying to do something for the radio.
I'm running out. You're going
You're
too
running.
fast. I do have another.
How
thing.
long do you think you're going to stay on this mic?
I'm asking. I got. I just got somebody on MSOG.
We're not playing this fucking game.
It's done.
No,
Yes. Next.
I'm sorry, Sam. I hate to disagree with you. I want to hear how awful his MSOG. What does that stand for?
It stands for. Actually, it stands for multiple shots on goal. That means multiple ejaculations. That means anytime you're with a woman that you're paying for, multiple.
Tony, I want to push the dump button. Not because of anything that you said is against the rules, but just because I don't want people to hear this. Next suggestion.
Now, is that something you made up?
No, everything listen, including my interesting
Why are you
facts,
doing this to me, Dan?
which you can go to at any time during the show. I remind you, everything I have
is on the internet.
It is on the internet, but it's 100% accurate. And
Shut up, Tony. Danny, can I play? Yeah, let's let Danny play.
Well, I have one, and then you guys guess.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Stock. What is it? Stock symbol or sex term?
Sex slang.
Sex slang. Okay. Rim job.
I'm Tony. What do you think it is?
Hold on. Rim job?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with sex slang.
Shit.
Tony is good, man.
Wow.
This is why Tony writes the games.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You can't beat me.
Next suggestion.
It's my own game.
Next suggestion.
Burping into the
Don't
mic.
I'm sorry.
Next suggestion.
Next sex slang or next?
No,
suggestion?
next suggestion. This bit is fucking done. It was done before you came into this room.
Sorry, just too quick. And the theme of Craig making more friends. Show idea: have Craig the cunt fight a cage match with a grizzly.
All right. Well, one just walked in the studio, so.
The grizzly, that is.
Yeah. Next suggestion, Tony.
All right. I got a little audio for you guys. I got something called, I like to call douche of the week. I don't get out much often.
Is this the bit where we guess if it's douche of the week or if it's a salad dressing?
No, that's douche or dressing. I know that bit. Come on.
Come on.
You're on all the wrong radio shows.
I get excited.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I got a bit.
Of what?
Go
on.
Can I introduce my bit?
Yes, please
Can I introduce my bit? That's all I'm asking. I got a bit.
Let me know when we
a little audio. I pick a douche of the week every week. I give you guys a little audio. So if you decide, maybe
can we play this? Can we get the audio of this segment, douche of the week?
Yes. We're gonna play it back for the final half hour of the show.
Maybe if you guys, I play the douche of the week. Maybe you guys, what do you call that when you
shut the fuck up and give me the suggestion?
Douche of the week, fans got it. What are you asking me?
You just want me to play the audio, no setup or anything?
I'm trying to set it up. I'm getting chopped.
Just set it up.
It's a douche of the week. Play the bit.
Just said you're trying to set it.
It's a douche of the week.
So this audio is completely self-explanatory.
Listen,
no.
Listen, I got it.
Let's let him play. Let's play the bit.
I just want to say, when I was a kid in school, I had a big head, literally a large head, and so I'm glad I grew into that. Seriously, the wind would blow and I would just fly away. No. So thank you to VH1, Tom Calderon, president of VH1. Give it up for Tom Calderon. You have no idea who he is. And I feel like I just won a tennis event. But this is very nice. Thank you, VH1, and thank you, everyone who bought the record. I'll see you on tour.
All right. So, good. That was a good fade out. So, douche of the week is...
Your man, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's,
Don't be sorry, Than. It's fine.
Go ahead.
Who's douche of the week?
Your man, Justin Timberlake.
Why?
Because he hadn't accepted an award?
Yeah, it was the worst award acceptance of all time. I was going to get to that. I was going to give you a build-up of...
Then why did you just
the old punchline first, set up later school of comedy? I like it.
Yeah, kind of like the interesting facts. I was going to set you up and then...
Shut the fuck up. Why is he a douche of the week?
Did you hear that audio?
Yeah.
Did you hear the clapping on the way in? Everybody's excited. A little Justin Timberlake. And he told about 4 jokes and he got 3 laughs in the whole...
Tony, on that award show alone, I heard at least 7 speeches that were worse than that. At least 7.
Name one.
That's
the worst
Tony, because that's why I didn't bring any to the table. It doesn't make good radio.
I think you're lying.
You think I'm lying?
I think I'm lying.
Let's get more audio of people making... I'm talking. Of completely mediocre, unexceptional acceptance speeches. Can we get more of that by the end of the show, you think?
I could try and work on it.
All right. This has to be a prank call. This has to be...
Oh, you're going to go to that one? Because I was going to say it's incredible. Your game might be a hit, Tony.
Yeah. Because why? People want to play?
People want to play. Let them play.
Yeah, but first let them play. This clearly is a Ramon because what this says on the screen is ridiculous.
Let the kid play.
Whitney from New Jersey. What do you have for the Than and Sam show?
I really wanted to talk to Tony. He sounds hot.
Yeah, atta girl.
And
See,
this
is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And you think
he's a very funny guy.
How do you figure he's funny?
He's hilarious.
What did you like? What was your favorite thing that he said?
This is the craziest fucking business on the planet.
He actually is really funny.
How do you figure?
Because he picks out very funny things and other people's versions not as funny. He has a very sarcastic, obnoxious sense of humor.
I think you're thinking of
hilarious.
me.
Yeah, you have to learn something about Tony. You might think that Tony is just kidding this whole time.
No, he's a very sexy man.
That's right.
No, it's not, Tony.
That's
it's
right.
wrong.
What do you mean it's wrong?
First of all,
what's wrong with me? I'm
your
cute.
sideburns are longer than the hair on your head is.
So what? I
no,
shave it.
but that's hot because I find bald men very attractive.
But what if their sideburns are thicker than their hair is?
Whitney thinks I'm attractive.
Doesn't
Why can't you accept
matter.
that?
What
Why
if
can't you accept that?
I think it's hot.
You think that's hot? What I just described to you?
Get this girl's
I
phone
love
number for
bald
Christ's
men.
sake. I haven't been laid
Maybe
in
I
months.
like bald men.
Okay, Whitney, let's pretend, and Tony, go along with me. Let's pretend the two of you meet sort of at a bar. Tony, what do you say to Whitney to try to woo her?
I say...
First, talking to the mic, because there's so much theater of the mind going on here.
First of all, I just ask her a little about herself because, women...
Just do it. Don't tell us what you do. Actually do it.
She can hear you. Forgot.
All right.
You still there, Whitney?
Yes, I am.
See how that works? Go.
All right. How you doing, babe?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. My name's Tony. I work on the Than
Hi.
and Sam show. It's
No, you
very
don't work here.
successful.
You do not work here.
Why are you interrupting my game, by
Because
the
this
way?
is my radio debut and you're ruining it.
Why don't you let me go? That's my whole part of my game. I can lie. Everybody lies when they pick up women. Why can't I lie?
Because I'm standing right here.
I'm saying he's on the radio and he has a very deep, manly voice, and I think he's hot.
I'm saying. I eat asshole, baby.
So you found out
eat
she's...
asshole.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry about that.
Boys who eat asshole are amazing.
You
by
like
the
your
way.
pipe licked? I'll lick your pipe.
I can't believe I
I
stepped
like
on
my
that.
pipe licked.
See? I know this girl. If I could tell by her voice, she likes her pipe licked. Big Tone will lick that pipe.
And that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Where do
See,
you
I
come
know
from?
girls. As soon as I hear the voice, I know what they like. If you're a woman, call this show up.
Don't call
Just
the
by
show.
your voice, I'll tell you what you like.
Please don't call the show.
I think it's always going to be asshole licking, Tony. I think that's your main...
Hey, and maybe if I'm into that, maybe I'll, But all I'm saying is...
Hey, listen, every girl likes her pipe licked every now and then.
See?
It's a good
How
thing.
do you...
See? She's a good girl. You're a good girl, Whitney.
Tony, you're talking to this girl in a bar, and within 30 seconds, you let her know that you eat asshole.
No, but that's a different story. I'm trying to get across that, I'm going to lie. I'm going to say I'm on, the
Hey,
big
Whitney,
thing.
where do you know Tony from? High school?
I do not know Tony.
That's weird, because somebody who went to high school with the both of you says that you know Tony from high school.
Do you have a
I
plant?
do not know
No, I
Tony
know
from high school.
I tell you straight up.
Because a certain producer of this show, not Danny, but a producer who's in a different country, who went to school with Tony, his name's Travis. Look at her laughing.
She giggled.
The gig is up. Tony is ugly, and he still eats
Tony
assholes.
is not ugly. He's
Yes, he is. He's very ugly.
I'm not ugly, and what's wrong with eating assholes? I don't know anybody.
You guys can go pretend to be dating on another show. Thanks for calling in, though, Whitney.
I got no plans. I put everything right in front of you guys. No lying here.
Can we relieve Tony, or do we have to play his dumb game?
No, I think... Oh, yeah, I mean, all these people called in, it would be a god-darn shame to not let them play. You still have sex and what's it called?
I got
Tony?
everything. I got everything for the listeners. I'm all about the listeners.
You mean because Craig finally let somebody through?
Yes, it's very exciting.
Craig's a good.
Matt from Nebraska,
Tony.
you want to play whatever the dumb game's
Sure.
called? All right, go ahead, Tony.
What do you got to play?
What's his name, Craig?
No.
It doesn't matter.
I'm drinking. What's his name? All right. You ready there, pal?
Yep.
All right. We're going to play sex slang or stock symbol. You ready? Go ahead. BLS. What's BLS?
That's a stock symbol.
A what?
A stock symbol.
Wrong answer, asshole. It's BLS is ball licking and sucking. Hang up on this douche. Bag of douche.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Fuck you. Hang up on him.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Hang up.
Hold on. BLS.
Nobody beats my game. They suck.
BLS is Bell South Corp.
You want to fuck all my bits up tonight, then? Is that what you want to do?
It's a stock symbol.
He's still an asshole.
I just looked it up. It's a stock symbol.
Let's just play the game.
You can't play the game if you can't judge it.
No,
because you just said you're wrong, but he's
is that
right.
Under
I apologize to Matt. You were absolutely right.
Okay, we're gonna figure out is it under NASDAQ or is it under Dow Jones?
I got another one for you, Tony. Already? You guess which this is. AT&T.
But I'm gonna go with stock symbol.
Wrong.
It's all tits and tits.
See?
Yeah, but you said AT&T. That's not right. It's an N. You said and. A-N-D.
If I said ent at any point today, please let me know. Yes, it's coming in all
I'm
over.
ready. I got a good one.
Tony, what part of your game forces you to be so rude to the people who lose.
I'm sorry. I had a couple belts. That guy was a little bit of a being a little bit of a douche.
He was mad at your stupid game. He's entitled to think your
They
game.
wanted to play the game. He didn't think it was stupid.
Yeah, but he got the question right, and you said wrong.
All right, Dustin from Texas.
Yeah.
Prepare to get lied to by Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
All right, great.
Dustin.
Yes.
You want to play the game?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Just do it.
All right. ATM, Dustin.
What
do you think, Dustin?
Stock symbol.
You're absolutely 100% wrong, dummy. It's ass to mouth. Hang the phone up.
Say,
and
Dustin,
get out of here.
Why be rude?
Don't let Tony hurt your feelings.
I got an idea. Hang the phone
I
up.
got an idea.
Hang it up.
Wait, what's the idea, Dustin?
All right. Why don't y'all talk about your worst flight ever?
The what? That's worse
The
than my
worst
ideas.
flight ever.
Why? What is it?
I don't know. One of y'all y'all fly so much. I know y'all do. So just talk about your worst flight and whether you're sitting next to a stereotype or something.
This is why I'm
All right.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, we'll probably look into that later. Thank you, Dustin.
All right, no problem.
See? He's giving
Attaboy,
without yelling at anybody.
That's the worst name ever, Dustin. Dustin. Whose name is Dustin?
You just said his name, but in a slightly different voice.
I said it homosexual before, but I'm Dustin. You faggot. Dustin.
Why are you
being so mean?
Yeah. All right. Now there's a test. This guy, whether he gets it right or wrong, you're not allowed to yell at him.
Okay.
If you do, we
Okay.
turn off your mic. All right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Brian from Maryland, go ahead.
Yes. What's up, guys?
You want to play the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Prepare to get yelled at by a fat drunk man.
Cool.
Cool.
HMC.
Why are we doing this?
Stock symbol.
You're fucking 100% correct, my friend. You win a keychain. That's Honda Motor Corporation.
We don't have keychains.
Yes.
All right.
We
So,
should have. We
Brian,
should have.
there's no payoff to this bit, but thanks for calling.
Yeah, you win.
All right, guys.
Tony, keep working on the grab bag.
You
Yeah.
win.
All right. And what?
You ready?
What's your big finish?
Yeah. Do you have a?
You played my finish before. It was douche of the week, and apparently I give you. How about an interesting fact?
No, we got douche of the week. It's funny you bring that up because XM Radio on Pal Talk has another
suggestion.
He's contributing. Yeah. Douche of the week, Craig.
Nice.
Phone screener.
He's a good boy.
All right. And what's the name of this bit? This whole bit?
Suggestions by Tony.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening to Suggestions by Tony. Yes.
XM 202.
All right, we're back with the Than and Sam show. All still reeling from Tony's awfulness.
Oh, yeah.
He's collapsed on the couch and he's continuing with the drink.
He eats 6 slices of pizza in one hand.
I think he was pretty good. He was a success.
I don't understand this business. That's a success?
I'm glad we got the skinny on Whitney, though. I did the one that was.
To tell you the truth, I kind of figured something was up.
Yeah, I thought. Well, I thought she might have just been being a good sport.
Apparently not.
Okay, that was awful fast. We're still sort of getting.
We're
the
just. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Phew.
All right.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. So I saw this thing on the internet where everybody does their show prep, and NPR had this little feature about how to get in, how to mingle your way through the holiday parties.
Oh, like corporate parties?
Yeah, something like that.
This could be extremely helpful.
Yeah, this plays right into your. If we were better at this, we would have done this when we were talking about how awkward you are around people.
I'm pretty damn good at this before you start making accusations.
I just apologize. But yeah, so it's this lady, Jean Martinet, who's written a book, and apparently this is her press photo, and on the cover of this.
She considers her face to be like the sun. She's got her two hands open, palms towards the camera, with her thumbs right under her chin, and she's giving a little wide-eyed smile.
Like, here I am to give you advice.
And I want to know what it is because I can't talk to the bosses.
This is what it is. She recommends the honest approach, Sam.
Oh.
Yeah. So just say, don't be afraid of. Well, one of her pickup lines right here, and this is something that you could say anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying. This is what it says. Quote, "Is it cold in here or is it just me?"
Are you hitting on someone?
No, this is just talking.
Hey, Elo, is it cold in here or is it just me?
And then he says, "It's just you."
And I say, I knew my nipples were doing that for a reason.
See, this is not the direction you want to take a corporate conversation.
I need more advice.
Okay. Yeah, she, okay, so this is what she's breaking it, starting to sound like Tony. She's broken it down to 3 different levels.
Okay.
There's the risk-free line, the playful line, and the daring line.
I like risk-free to start it out because I'm a noob at this.
Yes, clearly. So, picture the scene. You're at a party you've never been to before.
Okay.
I mean, you've never been to the same party twice, obviously, but you don't recognize anybody.
I get what you're saying.
It's a scary situation. First of all, just to quickly interject, who goes to holiday parties by themselves? I mean, if they're your corporate party, aren't you going to know the people?
At least a couple coworkers.
Yeah.
But still, for argument's sake, let's say you're new at this job. Because I need to know. I need to know. We're not throwing this bit away.
Okay. So maybe it's something your friends invited you to, but your friend can't sit around and introduce you to everybody, so you're going to have some time alone.
Mm-hmm.
So here's some sample questions that you can say to open it up. You ready, Sam?
Okay.
Picture yourself there. So, what was your day like today?
That's what they say I should be asking people?
Yes.
Because whenever anybody asks me that, I want to punch them in the throat. Why? What do you mean? How was your day?
How was your day like today?
Are they my wife?
No, this was a random stranger.
How was your day?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know me. You don't know what I do. You don't know who I am. Why are you asking me how my day was?
How's life treating you?
What if I get shitty in return? What do you mean, how's life treat? I can turn to Eric Logan and say, how's life treating you?
Yes.
Wait, why? No.
The conversation spills out from there.
I don't see it spilling. He said good.
I just can't believe how beautiful / dark / noisy / crowded, etc. it is here. Can you?
Are you picking up chicks? Is this like...
No, this is not a sexual overtone. This is just getting to know people.
You're positive this isn't like you're trying to pick up a chick or a guy if you're a chick?
Yeah. This is just
how to make friends.
Yes.
Than, if I didn't know you,
and
I was just a lowly intern and you were a big, talented guy who wasn't an intern, and I say to you, can you believe how dark it is in here? What would you say?
What are you getting at?
And then what do I say? You want to move to someplace a little more comfortable?
Let's find a better lit place.
Yeah, and then what are you going to... Now you're one-on-one, and what are you doing? This doesn't make sense to me.
My personal favorite in terms of the risk-free lines that this author is recommending that you try. This music reminds me of my childhood, which might be the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
That's risk-free?
Yes. You're supposed to just go up to a random person at a party and go, you haven't even said hello. You just go, like you're wandering around with a snifter in one hand, swirling cognac about, and just go, this music reminds me of my childhood.
So you're just sitting there at a party. Hey, you like this song? This music. It reminds me of my childhood. I want to fuck you like an... You got to pay real close attention to the song.
Yeah. Like Afternoon Delight, for instance, sounds like a nice song. It's actually about doing it.
When?
In the afternoon.
That's what that song... See, that was my next... You have to have control of the playlist.
Yes. But, yeah, these are the worst suggestions I might have ever encountered in my life. And these are the safe ones.
That's wait, risk-free is
to
music?
Creepily go up and say, this music reminds me of my childhood. To which a person's supposed to respond, oh,
I don't know you. I don't care about your childhood. Or what song was playing when that traumatic event happened.
Yes. Ice cream jingle. That would be nice.
Depending.
Then she steps it up for the playful line. Get a little bolder, Sam. This is for when you've already talked to some people about your childhood music tastes, and you're feeling a little more confident. Something along the lines of, "Am I interrupting something confidential?"
You actually have to interrupt a conversation?
Yes.
And say, "Am I interrupting something confidential?"
Yeah.
No, it's not confidential, but you can't know. It's an A and B conversation.
No, is there a tag to that?
See your way out of it.
Oh, Sam, you didn't go there. And how about this one's better? Please,
MYOB. This is two people having a conversation. Get out of it.
Please tell me someone is talking about their recent or upcoming vacation. I'm looking to relax vicariously.
That's what you say to somebody?
Yeah.
That's funny? Like, that's you being joking, and somebody says, "You are so funny, I got to get to know you better."
That's an icebreaker.
How about this? Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Can I have a raise?
That's actually a little bit better, though. At least it's direct.
Because at least you're not being weird about it.
Yeah, because something... this is what is the downfall of a lot of people, is they think they're more comfortable than they are in a social situation. You are to the other extreme where you're petrified, but this is the other extreme where it's like you think you can tease somebody even though you've never met or talked.
So you come here often, boss? It's great. You got to try the sushi.
Yeah.
The oysters are to die for, if you catch my drift.
That's what you would...
I'm guessing.
No. More along the lines of being, like, way too familiar with somebody. Like, hey...
Heard your kid got cancer.
No. More like, did you bang your wife recently? Oh. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't
it's way
that stepping
too...
on toes, too?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is the kind of direction. It's way too personal too quickly. Like, am I interrupting something confidential? If you were, we'd stop talking because I don't know you.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Sex?
Humping?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
At least then you know you got a sense of humor on you.
Yeah. I mean, you've set the tone pretty well.
You're making sex jokes.
Yeah. And then I guess this is just the purely honest approach. Hi, I'm practicing my mingling tonight. How am I doing?
Is that supposed to be sarcastic?
No, that's...
Like, that's supposed to be, like, witty and stuff?
Yeah.
Craig, if I came up to you and said, "Hi, I'm practicing my mingling tonight," what would you say to me?
Honestly, I'd call you a faggot.
Why? And he takes it there.
You'd be rebuffed, I think is what he's trying to say.
By a homophobe.
Yes. Okay, so let's go up to level 3, the daring line.
Okay.
Maybe this is something a little more comfortable. Okay, guys, what's the password over here?
What? Fuck off. I want to be a boss so bad and give these pamphlets out to my coworkers just so they can come up to me and say these things. Hey, what's the password over here? I want to move someplace where it's more comfortable? No.
I've been told that I should come and talk to you. I can't tell you who told me. I'm sworn to secrecy.
And then do you follow that up with, he would say, no, really, who was it? And then you can say, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, quote Top Gun's always good. You're not going to believe this, but the hostess seems to think we knew each other in a past life. What's the matter, Sam?
Did Tony write these?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Is this Tony's idea of how to meet your boss?
Yeah. But, yeah, she summarizes with, don't be afraid to try something once in a while. It's not going to kill you, but it may slay them.
Is she talking about an STD?
No.
Like, you may not show any symptoms if you catch it from me. But the others you bang will. You're a carrier.
Yeah. But that was basically, that's the gist of those suggestions. You should feel better armed to...
I can't understand it. That's making me more insecure. Do people really act that way?
I would never say any of these things to anybody. I mean, it's no Tony's opener of I like to lick asshole.
True. But
then again, we don't all have our friends,
Tony with a nod. Would you tell your boss you like to lick asshole first thing? He would.
Yeah. Getting a big thumbs up from the outside.
He's still drinking.
Yeah.
Tony is our version of a homeless person.
He just sits around and drinks. and
I
speaks
thought I was
incoherently.
because he smells and is unpleasant to look at.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know if you feel ready for this, Sam.
I'm ready for
But
anything.
a fixture of the Than and Sam show people don't know about.
Oh, another segment already?
Yeah. Well, you weren't ready?
No, I want to tease it.
Oh, you don't want to go straight to this?
No way.
Well, I guess we have time for a quick break.
Let's take a quick break and come back with an old Than and Sam favorite.
Again, if you want to call in, the number is 866-9OX1YOW. That's 9OX1YOW. That's a special Than and Sam number. Give it a ring. We'll be right back with the Than and Sam show.
Call the Than and Sam show. 866-WOW1WOW. That's 866-969-1969. I'm Sam. Oh, yeah.
Back with the Than and Sam show.
Coming at you.
If you want to call in, the number is 866-9...
Go for it.
9MY1WOW.
866-9MY1WOW. Bronx Johnny, you're a godsend for even being here. Apparently, Craig was such a disaster behind the phones. Personal friends of both Than's and mine were not able to get through.
Yes. They probably, and in our circles, they probably had something to contribute.
Of course they had something to contribute.
Smashing Tony, probably, but still, who can't do that and enjoy
I'm
it?
sure everything we've done, people have wanted to call and contribute. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
It's not our doing.
But now it's time to get to a trademark bit of the Than and Sam show.
Oh, boy, I feel that tingle.
Are you ready for it?
It's time for the Than and Sam Show's weekly Hollywood buzz, rumor mill, hubbub setup segment of the weekend of the day from Hollywood with your host, Sam from the Than and Sam Show. This is a segment where we let you know what's going on in La La Land. Let's start it off. Tori Spelling's yard sale was just yesterday.
Really?
A lot of people were shocked that Tori Spelling had a yard sale and didn't understand why a woman of her caliber would have one. Believe it or not, hundreds of people lined up outside, waited to get in, and tons of camera crews on the streets.
Okay. What was some of the shit she had?
No media was allowed inside. Except for the cameras for Tori Spelling's new reality show that's coming out on Oxygen.
Oh, man. That's not ABC, is it?
My rumor mills are telling me that there could be a possibility that she didn't need the cash.
Okay.
Could have been about the publicity.
Understood.
On her engagement to Tony Parker, Ava Longoria has said, naturally, quote, it didn't take the actress long to start spreading the news among her Wisteria Lane neighbors, of course, referring to her castmates. Marcia Cross and Felicity Huffman and I are really, really close. Telling them was really exciting. This is a very telling quote, as my reporters have told me. She doesn't mention Terry Hatcher. Could be a falling out there.
That's the inside scoop. We'll see what happens there, Sam.
A lot of gossip going on here. Wesley Snipes is back in the news.
Yeah, I heard he was in some trouble.
He pled not guilty to tax evasion charges on Friday and was seen outside an Orlando courtroom. He was freed on $1 million bail, I've heard.
Yeah. So is he allowed to... he was filming a movie, right?
I believe he was.
And now
filming a movie.
Now he can go back to doing that?
Yes, he can. He's out on bail, and he's doing well.
He said always bet on black ones. He said always bet on black ones. That's one of his big lines.
Always bet on black?
Yeah.
Referring to his...
blackness.
Skin color.
Yes.
Speaking of that, Eddie Murphy is in the news. Yes. And also speaking of that, Eddie Murphy's ex-girlfriend, shall we say, Mel B, formerly of the Spice Girls.
Beautiful woman.
He's questioned her paternity, meaning he doesn't know who the father is. In fact, he was quoted on a Dutch television interview saying, "We're not together anymore, and I don't know whose child that is. until it comes out and has a blood test. You shouldn't jump to conclusions, sir.
I thought this was celebrity news. You just talked about Eddie Murphy and Scary Spice.
Scary Spice rebutted. This is with a British accent. I am obviously upset and distressed at some of the comments made by Eddie Murphy to the media. I have no idea why anybody would want to conduct themselves in this kind of manner about such a personal matter in such a public way. My main concern is for the well-being of my daughter Phoenix and, of course, the baby. Meaning the baby whose paternity is in question. I was astonished, she said, at what Eddie said. There is absolutely no question that Eddie is the father.
So that could be very, very embarrassing once the baby is born and they do the test.
Yes.
And instead he just looks like an asshole.
Yes.
Because he just knocked her up.
Well, only time will tell, Than. Paris Hilton, speaking of children, has said in the media that it's her dream to have 4 babies by the time she's 30 years old.
Which one of this?
Paris Hilton.
Wow.
Her dream is to have babies, 4 of them, by the time she's 30.
Okay.
I look after animals, so I'd have a lot to give my kids, she says.
Yeah. She's not bright, though.
Than, she's looked after animals.
Okay, there's a slight difference there, you know. You can underfeed a goat, and it'll make do for a couple of days. If you do that to a baby, they die.
Rumor was coming out that Jay-Z and Beyonce were going to get married this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew Beyonce was throwing a, quote, surprise birthday party for Jay-Z for his 37th birthday, and they said he was going to get married. This is what the New York Times reported on Tuesday. Well, my sources have let me know otherwise. The couple will be nowhere near Anguilla, as the Post said. As a matter of fact, they're already back from the birthday party, and they're still not married. So Jay-Z and Beyonce not getting married this weekend.
Okay.
That is some gossip.
The event is not happening, is the news.
Speaking of Beyonce,
well,
she may not be as young as she says she is.
Get out of town. She's a young, hot, sexy girl.
A tipster filled us in on the fact that he has, and faxed over, I saw a copy of this facsimile, a document from the Texas Department of Health, and it appears to be Beyonce's official birth records. The document shows that Beyonce Knowles was born on September 4th, 1974.
Wow, so she's, 32? 32.
Beyonce's official biography claims that she was born on September 4th, 1981.
All right. What do I do with that knowledge?
She could be much older than she says she is.
All right.
And finally, Britney Spears is talking about the way she's been shown in the press lately.
Yes, with her vagina shots.
Quote, "It's been so long since I've been out on the town with friends," she said on her website.
Mm-hmm.
"It's been almost 2 years since I've celebrated my birthday. Every move I make at this point has been magnified more than I expected, and I probably did take my newfound freedom a little too far. Anyway, thank God for Victoria's Secret's new underwear line." I believe she forgot to quote an ROFL there. "I look forward to a new year, new music, and a new me." And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Than and Sam weekly Hubbub Hollywood segment hosted by yours truly, Sam of the Than and Sam Show.
All right, I'm glad we learned all those things. A lot of things not happening. How about, will somebody want to comment on one of the stories you read?
What's that?
Billy?
Go for it.
All right, Billy, you had something to add to Sam's bit there?
What's that?
You had something to comment, Billy? You're on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just going to say I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Of course.
But, yeah, I was going to say about Tori Spelling. I figured after her father died that, we would just be rid of this talentless cunt. I don't know why she's still in the media. She hasn't been in anything in 15 years since 90210 ended.
Wow.
Well, Danny, quick to the punch. She's got a new reality show coming out on O. which I'm sure, Billy, you'll be tuned into because you obviously don't know what she's been up to and you're interested.
It is true that I'm a big fan of television for women.
I've heard. Oh, well, there's nothing better than having a tag sale for publicity.
Yeah, that's huge. All right, thanks, Billy.
Hey, have a good one. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you very much.
Is this the guy you want to talk to, Sam?
Yeah.
All right. Ben from somewhere. You're on the Than and Sam show. Go ahead.
Hi. I just really want to hear a sanatorial.
I feel like that would be ripping off another show, you goof.
No.
Thanks, Ben.
It's the third hour of the program, Drunk Caller. All right. Eric from Philly, go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, Billy is a fucking cunt.
Whoa.
Fuck that guy.
Wait, could you turn down your radio, please, Eric?
Yeah, turn down the radio, please. My bad, dude. I'm in the back seat. Yo, F.H. Riley's, I just want to fucking put it on the record right now. Eastside Dave's faggoty ass wasn't there all night. Fuck him. And everybody's going to fucking Strong Island, Mastic Beach, son, to chill.
You know this guy, Tony?
Did you have something specific you wanted to say to the radio show?
Yeah, Stan, you're awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This guy is smart.
There's we're getting reviews, Sam. It's always good to hear from the public. Kyle, what do you have to say to the Than and Sam show?
Hey, gentlemen.
What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to say that for two fine, outstanding gentlemen such as yourself, the show isn't half as bad as I thought it would be.
Thank you. Which one of us do you like better?
Who cares if a chocolate-covered cunt is 8 years older?
Kyle? I wanted to find out which one you liked better.
Yeah, they always run out of gas, don't they?
I guess they do.
Yeah.
That makes three of us.
Yeah. I saw something about how 16% of teens have used the IM software to break up with somebody.
That's a teen, I guess. Can you not give it to him?
No, I think you got to suck it up. I mean, I've been broken up by a friend.
You were broken up by a friend?
Like a friend of the girl over the phone. That was probably the most detached way I've ever had to been dumped by somebody. What are you doing there, Sam?
Reading something?
All right.
That is fairly far removed.
Yeah. IMing is probably worse, though, because it's just...
IMing is worse than being told by a friend?
Yeah. It's cold. There's no emotion. It's just text.
Sometimes you gotta be a little more creative than that.
Do you care to add?
I mean, say you need to break up with somebody that bad.
Mm-hmm.
One good thing to do might be to convince them, like, if I want to break up with you, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
I would convince you to break up with me.
That's an interesting topic, or strategy, rather.
Yeah. Like, I had one chick who I was sick and tired of for no apparent reason. You know, nothing had changed. I just realized this is not my chick.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And so I was on the phone with her. You know, I was being completely distant. And she started asking me, you know, what's wrong with you? And then I responded with, it seems like you're trying to coax me into breaking up with you.
Nice.
She called the next day and said maybe we should go on like a short break just to see what's up. And I said, yeah. And that was it. I didn't call her anymore. But that's not because we just didn't talk. I just stopped picking up her phone calls.
Okay.
So that's one...
probably worse than I am.
That's worse than I am?
Yes. That's probably meaner.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Because, yeah, at least that way. If I am somebody saying I think we should break up, it's kind of a pussy thing because there's nothing. All they can do is write, noted, back to you.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to put things aside. If you really don't feel for somebody anymore, what difference does it make?
Why not just tell her that you're no longer interested?
It's mean.
but convincing her to kind of question her affection for you and then never calling her is better.
Yes, because as far as she's concerned, it was mutual. I'm saving feelings.
Yes. You're also being a big puss.
What do you mean?
Just sack up and say that there's that you can't do it.
I don't know. That seems like because then they want to talk to you about why.
Okay, so you tell them why.
No, I don't want to have that conversation. I think that's it. I don't want to have the conversation of why are we breaking up. You know what I mean? I say because, and then they try to convince you to work things out, and then it's a long drawn out thing. If you just convince them that they don't want you anymore, it's much easier.
Well, I've done I'm not completely blameless here. I've done stuff like just do things that I know are going to piss her off, in kind of the hopes that things will get heated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, my college girlfriend made me promise never to, how should I say, masturbate.
Never masturbate?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why?
Because she thought it was some form of, like, emotional cheating.
All right. Did she masturbate?
No, she thought it was evil.
Okay.
Yeah. So rather than just be like, this person's really controlling, maybe I should not date this person anymore.
Uh-huh.
I waited till I knew she was coming back from an exam. This is subconsciously, but the thought process was definitely there. Fired up the old computer and, looked at some stuff on the internet.
What kind of stuff? Volleyball?
No. Pornography.
Gay porn?
No, straight. And waited till she came back, opened the door, and...
Wait, your door... It's college?
Yes.
Your dorm room door's unlocked?
Yes.
Did you know she was coming back?
Yes.
Did you do that on purpose?
I think so.
Oh, you had one of those things. You got it so badly, deeply burned in your head that you got to be a good person that you do things, but you justify them to yourself to the point where you can't even determine if you're doing it on purpose or not. You can't come to terms with yourself and say, yes, I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly it. I try to be nice, and then I try to take little stands like, you know what, I should be allowed to do whatever I want. And then I end up just trying to use that friction to cause a breakup.
And what did you do when she opened the door?
I stopped, obviously. I wasn't just like, hey, what's up?
Did she finish you off?
No.
What'd she do?
Ran down the hall crying.
Why did she run down the hall crying? How long have you been dating her at that point?
2 years.
She can't take seeing you masturbate, or did she think that you're cheating on her?
Yeah.
So it's like she walked in a room and you're cheating on her because you're jacking it.
Yeah, she equated the two.
Wow.
What? Yeah. Let's go to the phones. Chad from California wants some advice. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, hey, Sam, I just want to let you know, instead of kind of trying to make the break up with you, why don't you just approach the chick's dad and tell him you might be black?
That's actually, that could have worked. You know what? She was a black chick, though.
Oh.
Tell him you might be white.
All right, good point.
Yeah, with you, Sam.
I got it on both ends.
All right, thanks, Chad.
Yep.
But, I got to try that, man. I've never used that.
What, play the race card?
Or say, maybe I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I could be I could be whatever I want.
You do have the fro, so it's very flexible in terms of what race you want to be.
I've never used that advantage to my advantage.
Yeah.
I should.
I was given the "you're too nice" line once.
Ew.
Yeah.
You're too nice?
Apparently. I thought I kind of sucked, and it ruins all my, cred. But I was too nice to this girl, and she broke up with me for it.
You know what it means?
And you know what I did? This is actually what happened. And I guess this is too nice.
Mm-hmm.
We'd only got out a couple times. Like, it was the fourth date. She got an allergic reaction to buffalo wings.
How did she have an allergic reaction to buffalo?
I don't know.
What, the hot sauce?
Yeah, her face exploded. To put not too fine a point on it.
Okay.
It was like somebody had, stuck a air hose in it and started going nuts.
And her face blew up.
Yes. So she went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed with her at the hospital till we found out she was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, we saw each other, and she told me she broke up with me because I was too nice.
You know what that means?
I was doomed from the get-go.
As soon as she left you, she just found some guy who was calling her a whore and sticking it in her pooper.
That's...
As soon as she left you.
At the hospital.
Once you got out of the hospital.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you
You
that
say
one.
after she broke up with me.
Yeah, she broke up with you, and some guy stuck it in her ass.
Okay.
Wasn't you.
No.
Because you're too nice. And then you know what that guy did?
What'd he do?
He convinced her that she wanted to break up with him.
Because he's an asshole.
Because he knows how to play the game.
So he got anal and then... Wow.
Well, it's better to be an asshole who got anal than to be too nice.
Yes.
And get a hospital visit out of it.
I just thought that's perfectly legitimate behavior, isn't it?
How long have you been dating her?
It was like 3 or 4 dates.
What do you mean visit her in the hospital?
Like, we were at a party and her face blew up. And so we went to the hospital.
Mm. And then?
And then I stayed with her until she was stable or whatever. Or they said she's fine.
How long was it?
A couple hours.
Next time. Is she all right? We don't know yet. All right. I'm gonna
Let me know if it gets worse.
Yeah.
All right, Tom from Philly wants to weigh in. Tom, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, guys. I actually had a similar story to what you guys were talking about. My girlfriend found a condom in the trash can, and she was accusing me of cheating on her, but it turned out, I just jacked in it, and she was, like, throwing up in arms. I had to get her to talk to my friends to, like, convince her that, they did it, too. Did you guys ever have anything like that?
No.
No.
Why would anybody jack into a condom?
Yeah.
Wait, Danny has...
I think I could provide an answer for you.
Okay.
Because it's something different. Like, just jacking is jacking, and you know how jacking feels. But I think if you jack in a rubber, it feels different.
All right, Danny, how does it feel when you jack off?
It feels good.
Why? How do you do it? What's your favorite position?
We're gonna do this.
What's your favorite position, Danny? Mister, I've got something for the show. How do you like to jack off?
Well, normally what I do is, because like most TVs are at, they're not at, if you're standing, they're not at eye height. So I like to be at the height of my television.
Mm-hmm.
So
you sit down?
I'll kind of like kneel, like on my knees, sort of.
What do you mean, sort of? On your knees or sort of on your knees?
Yeah, like,
like you're praying?
Yeah.
By your bed?
Yeah.
And your elbows are up, except in this case you're jacking off. Praying to the gods of boners.
No, I'm jerking off to my porno.
On your knees?
Yeah, on my knees.
Pretending you're giving somebody a blowjob.
No, just jerking off, really.
All I picture is Willem Dafoe in Platoon. That's how Danny masturbates.
Well, I can't imagine how someone could just sit in a chair and beat off.
Nobody can imagine why you could kneel and beat off. That doesn't make any sense.
It makes more sense than sitting.
We got Bronx Johnny and Tony outside. Just a nod or a shaking of the head. Does Danny's masturbation technique make any sense whatsoever? No. How could you masturbate on your knees?
So wait, it's well, we might as well get completely graphic concerning the subject matter. Are your pants are where? Completely off?
Are you nude?
Well, I guess that depends on how much time I have.
So wait. There's sometimes when it's just got to be quick. So you just undo your belt, let your pants fall to your knees, and then kneel.
Well, you have to understand.
And then do you lift your shirt up over your belly and just hold it there with your left hand?
Or hold it like hold it under your chin like you're trying to
See, the thing is, I think where this whole thing stemmed from was wanting to jerk off and knowing people were in the house, and needing some kind of out, So just in case someone was you heard someone coming, you could have the pants right by the knees, and then if you heard someone coming or if you heard the knob jiggling.
Mm-hmm.
You could just stand up real quick and put your pants on at the same time.
But you could do that sitting down too.
No, I think you're more.
Kneeling
you're more
doesn't
of a,
make
no,
it
no,
any easier.
You're more vulnerable, I think, if you're sitting. That just makes for a more awkward situation. I think it's much more comfortable, and it's just easier. It's an easier position.
So if somebody walks in while you're kneeling, you can just
it's one
I hurt
motion.
myself.
No, I think it's one motion.
You're just like I lost my contact.
And something I can't understand is how people tell us they say how they jerk it while they're like laying in bed.
Sure.
Right, but how do you do that? You're on your back jerking off?
For one thing, a
lot of people copulate.
One thing that helps is that you're not on your knees.
Yeah.
For instance.
So Sam, when you're screwing missionary style, you're not on your knees?
Not upright. On my knees? No, not like I'm praying. No. I'm not on my knees.
Danny masturbates like somebody in the middle of a guitar solo.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
Exactly.
Missionary, you're laying down.
All right, well, we might have been too dismissive with our other guy. Apparently, there are reasons to jack with a condom. Will, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the only time that jerking off into a rubber is any good is when you're driving, and you got to rub one off. So you just you're going on a road trip somewhere. You just stopped at the porno shop, got some porno. You don't want splooge all over the steering wheel, so you jerk off onto a rubber.
That actually makes sense.
That's how I usually do.
Can you jerk off with a condom on, though, effectively?
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer, especially with these fucking perverted truckers looking at you. But, you know, if you get the thin ones, the ultra-sensitive, it does okay, you know.
Well, I guess I didn't think of the truckers.
All right, thanks, Will. Yeah, that would be awkward to have one. What are you working on over there, buddy?
Yeah, could you drive my truck for me? Yeah, sure. Ah.
Apparently, there's other reasons to use a condom for masturbation.
Mm-hmm.
JJ, Georgia, go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on? Dude just stole my shit. That's what I was going to say.
Driving?
You got to keep the splooge to a minimum whenever you're trying to keep it discreet.
All right, but are you talking in a car?
Well, no, I'm not talking in a car. That's just weird. I'm just talking about in general when you don't want to have to clean up everything around the house. You just pack it into a condom, tie it off, and toss it in the trash.
How much do you go?
Yeah, you're a messy individual, it sounds like.
Well, I'm a big loader.
Good to know.
All right, thanks, JJ.
Yeah, all right, thanks.
All right, this is the road we've chosen to go
Tim.
down. Yeah, Tim, you're on the Than Sam Show. Go ahead.
Yeah, the only way to masturbate is face down on the bed. You've got control of where your splooge goes, and it's all good.
So you're fucking to bed.
Well, you imagine you're fucking the chick. I mean, it's not the bed; it's your hand. I mean, it's the same in the other direction. Just
now, are you cutting a hole out of the mattress?
No, your own hand. I mean, it's the same way as masturbating any other way. That's
up,
just the position.
So that your hand is not moving. It's your
similar to the Bob
pelvis.
Kelly sink thing,
just with your hand.
On the mattress.
So does that mean you get splooge all over your sheets?
Well, no, you get like a towel buffer.
Oh, I see. I'm not going to try that, but it's good
it's
to know
logical.
that there are other techniques.
Better than sitting on your goddamn knees.
Yes,
It's
thank
definitely
you.
better
No, it's not.
Yes,
Tim.
it is.
Punching out.
All right. Danny, I don't think anybody, Craig, keep your eyes out for somebody who actually JOs on their knees.
See, Johnny had to ask me a question,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "How do you do that? Doesn't that hurt your back?" And I'm like, "Why would it hurt my back?" And he thought, what he thought, and I think this is what you guys think too, is that like I'm all the way back, like looking at the sky, like I'm on my knees, like this. I know you guys can't see it at home, but like looking at the sky.
You're doing gymnastics?
No, that's not what I'm doing. Like let's say I was right here jacking off. I'd be like this. I'd be leaning down forwards like.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So you're on your knees.
But he's saying he's his back is he's sitting up. His back's not back.
That's what I'm saying.
You
look like you're praying.
No, but like hunched over, it's comfortable.
It's not.
What is wrong with this?
You.
How do you do it, Sam?
You're like a normal person.
How's that?
Could be sitting. It could be propped up in a bed with some pillows to support your back there.
Yeah.
And then you have to make some kind of awkward movement when you got to put it somewhere, right?
No, you get a box of tissues and boom.
All right,
your uncle.
Pete apparently wants to come down on the side of Danny. Pete, go ahead.
Yeah, I get where Danny's coming from. You're on your knees right in front of the TV. You're at the TV, right in front of the TV. You get to see what's going on right in front of you. You're not looking up or down at something.
You
just get a very nice view of the vagina.
You can sit in
vagina.
You can sit in a chair with this probably.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a chair?
I've never done it on my knees, but if you're watching porn on TV, you usually sit on the couch. You're looking up at the porn.
Oh, so you're saying you get on your knees and you're just playing devil's advocate for Daddy.
I guess so. You're looking right in front of it instead of looking down or something.
All right, thanks, Pete. Sorry to cut you off,
I get
buddy.
the idea of being eye to eye with the TV, but that position is so unnatural, ungodly, and sacrilegious that it doesn't make any sense to me no matter what you're looking at.
Well, you should try it, and then you can get back to me and tell me how you liked it, because it's definitely going to be better than jerking off sitting in a chair.
So you've tried all
You
the
say
different...
that like we're saying it's better than jerking off sitting on hot coals. I mean, it's a very normal thing to be in a chair and masturbate.
I can't. To me that seems
It's
unnatural.
It's not a cold, hard metal chair.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, it's kind. Well,
there's no spikes.
It's kind of an awkward position, if you ask me. Sitting in a chair all upright, that's not comfortable for me.
But you've tried all the different ways, and this is the one that works best for you.
I like it.
Well,
makes me come, Sam.
it's good to know, Danny.
All right, I mean, if we're to trust Craig's handiwork, perhaps more people can side with Danny. Mike in Oklahoma, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I know where he's coming from, man. I jerk off on my knees, too, and I cannot get off if I'm on my back or if I am standing up.
Are you talking
Doesn't work for me.
On your knees like you're praying?
Yes.
You do this like in the middle of the living room?
Well, yeah, in my room, right in front of the TV.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't work any other way.
Is it just because you got used to this way and it was just so pleasurable?
You know what, man? I think it's because when I was a little kid, I used to jerk off in the living room to HBO and shit, you know?
Oh, okay. The after midnight
And
type of...
so, yeah, exactly. So if anybody come in the room, you know, I could just pull that shit up right away.
See, and that's exactly what I was saying.
You're right, Danny.
But actually, somebody on another line also brings up the point. Don't you still have porn on?
Yeah.
But that's part. Here's part two.
Sorry.
Yes, you still
Hold
have
on, Mike.
You still have porn on, but you're so close, to your TV and VCR, DVD, whatever, that you could turn it off with the quickness too.
See, what happens when you sit in a chair, you sit at it with a desk or something near you, or even in your bed. Say you're in your bed, you're sitting up in your bed. You got a remote control, switch off the TV, put a blanket over you. You're telling me that's not faster?
No, I can't trust the remote to do the job.
Why not?
Because sometimes you go and you hit the button and nothing happens.
Or you accidentally throw it out the window.
Unless there's a strap.
Yeah.
True.
Luckily for Danny, he always masturbates with the strap on.
Hey, John from D.C. supporting Danny. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I jail on my knees too, right in front of the TV, watching some porn. You get some more, better torque, you know.
Is it
torque? What do you?
Yeah.
Are you closing a valve?
Is it a matter of the way the weight is distributed, or is it just what is it? Make this clear.
Well, you need a little anger, J.O., a little more torque to it.
No.
And then it actually controls the spooge to where it goes. It's just
I'll give you all right, dude.
Stomach or your shirt, if you're sitting on your couch or your chair, it's just straight down.
John, I'll totally give you that
towel.
one. The splooge control, definitely another factor.
Well,
definitely a factor.
Yeah, you get right close up to your TV too, and it's wonderful. Just give it a try. Don't knock it till you try it, dude.
That's true.
All right, thanks, John. I'm actually pretty psyched that it took us 2.5 hours to get into masturbation talk. I thought we'd have to go to that a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Danny, thanks for your input.
You're welcome.
It's still very weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, it does make sense.
Well, we can go back and forth all day. But, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're alone. We'll be back to wrap up the Than and Sam show in just a few minutes.
Thank whatever God you worship. You're listening to the Than and Sam Show.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
I don't understand the obsession with the cleanup. When you got to let go of a batch, you got to let go of a batch. You deal with the splooge afterwards.
Yeah, just get a tissue, get a cloth, wipe it up.
Yeah, what's the big fucking deal?
You're right. When you're right, Frank.
All right, thanks, Frank.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Frankly, I couldn't agree with him more, if I can be frank.
I thought we talked about the puns.
I figured I'd throw in 2 and see how they went.
All right.
What's the verdict?
Terrible.
Oh.
I see you brought something in.
Yes.
Besides my news stories.
Than, it's time to get some entertainment on the show.
I thought it wasn't. Okay.
Nothing better for a radio show than a top 5 list.
Yeah. I mean, some people go with top 10 because there's a nice progression and build there.
Top 5. Enough of a build.
Okay.
So, you want to throw that number out again because this is a hot topic.
All right, everybody, please be ready. I'll throw out the same numbers just so people aren't thrown. You can look at your XM radio. It'll also tell you the number to call is 866-YOW-19-OX to get in touch with the Than and Sam show. That's 866-969-1969.
Than, coming, I did my show prep on the internet as well.
Okay.
It's time to go over the top 5 worst ghosts of all time. Boo.
You're serious?
Yes, the top 5 worst ghosts of all time.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
I'm skeptical.
Tell me if you agree or disagree. These are the top 5 worst ghosts of all time. Number 5, of course, going backwards.
So this is not as bad a ghost as number 1.
Right.
Okay.
The Pac-Man ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, What do you think of the Pac-Man ghosts as far as ghosts go?
They're,
because I got to tell you.
Respectable.
Respectable? Are you out of your mind? If there was a ghost after you and he was threatening to eat you,
mm-hmm.
and all you have to do is take a pill and then you can eat him and he's delicious and gives you more energy?
What makes a bad ghost?
Sucks at being a ghost. I mean, the one thing you need is energy, right?
In life.
Right, the one thing you need is just a little energy.
Uh-huh.
And so a ghost can give you energy. Ghosts are supposed to be scary and spooky. That sounds terrible. They're not even very fast. You're faster than a ghost?
If I say it's not that sweet a ghost, do we move on to another?
Whatever. Number 4. Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I find Casper to be amusing.
First of all, he's got a jingle.
Mm-hmm.
He's amusing is the problem. Have you seen White Noise?
Yes.
It's terrifying. That's how ghosts should be. Absolutely terrifying.
Maybe some are trying to help.
Listen to this. This is a ghost we're talking about.
Yeah. Look at him with fright.
Casper, the friendly ghost, he couldn't be bad or mean. He'll romp and play, sing and dance all day.
He's singing and dancing all day. He's obviously a gay ghost.
He always says hello.
He's got a hell of a jingle. Keeps going.
That they found. Because when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. His jingle is a rip-off of Frosty the Snowman, and he's a ghost.
All right. I don't believe this is possible, but somebody actually wants to weigh in on this, and I hope they don't blow up your spot. Oh, they might.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait on line 3.
Oh, okay.
Because
John, hold on.
The number 3 ghost of all time, worst.
Yes.
The creepy old guy ghost from Poltergeist. You seen Poltergeist?
A long time ago.
This ghost sucks. He's after a little girl, first of all.
Wow. Did you give Danny an advance copy of this?
I don't think I did. Danny's good at what he does.
Nice.
But he's after little girls.
Mm-hmm. That's scary.
Not really.
Kind of
I mean,
a pedophile ghost.
I could go after little girls. It doesn't take a ghost to do that. And
they're here.
See how scary this is?
Yeah.
It's this old guy. You know what he looks like? Any old guy who's living down the corner. So he molests kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Carr is not as scary as a ghost. Should be.
That guy was freaky.
Freaky, but not as scary as a ghost.
All right. He's slightly worse than the previous entry.
Much worse.
Okay.
Let's go on line 3 to help me out with this next one.
Yeah. John from Florida. John, please weigh in on the worst ghost discussion.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the worst ghost ever was Bill Cosby in Ghost dad. But I also have a question.
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosts, I wanted to know if you thought Christina Ricci was hot in Casper.
Christina Ricci was hot in Casper.
Ramon sends a faggot with Post-it notes. Ramon, Sam has a big thumb, but a smaller dick than each side.
Did he say Sam or Than?
I don't know. Our names are too similar. I think he said something about thumb, so that's you.
He was right about the number 2 worst ghost ever.
Can we just quickly say that guy took the time to both contribute to the radio show and Ramon us?
Number 2 is Bill Cosby and Ghost Dad.
Yeah.
He's right.
I
You know
like
what
that guy.
tells me?
He's paying attention.
When you're so engaged in a radio show that you have to contribute before you prank,
Yeah.
it's hard to feel bad.
I guess we're on a hot topic, Sam. I retract my previous
That's what I'm
skepticism.
saying. Did you see Ghost Dad?
Yeah, I think so. Bill
Cosby. First of all, he's Bill Cosby.
Not scary.
He's lovable. He's Fat Albert, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah. And he is the Ghost Dad. He's got nothing better to do than to walk around this house. He's not even really haunting people.
I forget what he's trying to do, man. I know. I just remember from the trailer he shines a flashlight in his face and it makes his face go away.
It's an uproarious comedy is what Ghost Dad is.
Mm.
How could you ever have a comedy about a real ghost?
That's a good point.
I mean, these reasons. Why do you think Casper got tooled on so much by his older brothers? He's a shitty ghost.
Okay.
Why do people get made fun of?
Because they suck.
They are shitty human beings. That's why they get made fun of.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you know this is a legitimate list.
Yeah, somebody did put a lot of thought into this.
Bill Cosby and Ghost Dad.
Okay.
Let's go to line 5.
This is wonderful how we're lining these up. Brandon in Brooklyn, please contribute to the worst ghost discussion.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Patrick Swayze. That guy just sucks, but he's even sucked worse as a ghost.
Number 1 answer.
Wow.
Is Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
That is a classic movie that people love.
But a ghost...
And he learns how to kick... No, okay. Patrick Swayze is a ghost that learns how to kick ass. He punches people.
You know what you're supposed to do when you see a ghost? Ah!
Yeah, people freaked out. The guy had to run into traffic. He was so scared of Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze helped some bitch make some clay thing. And felt
That's
up...
when he was alive.
Yeah, but he did the same type of stuff when he was a ghost.
This list is flawed.
He's a romantic ghost. How could it be a love story about a ghost? There is no worse ghost of all time than Patrick Swayze.
And that's the...
Those are the 5 worst ghosts of all time.
What's the best ghost?
There's tons of them.
God forbid we find out what those are. Harry, the trucker.
Yes. I have to say the scariest and the hottest in the same sentence are the twin little girls from The Shining.
All right. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call them hot, but they are certainly frightening, and they do a hell of a good job as ghosts. Cause
they make me want to focus.
They make me want to do that, too. But they scared the shit out of that little kid.
I gotta say, this might be the worst list I've ever heard read on the radio.
I know. Top 5 worst ghosts of all time.
No, I mean in terms of quality.
No. In terms of ghost quality, yes. These ghosts, they don't have what it takes. They don't have that chutzpah. You know what I mean? They're still worried about how people feel. They're in the afterlife, you know?
Yeah.
Some in purgatory.
Okay.
But like this picture of Casper, he's riding a horse.
Sure.
Like the creepy old guy in Poltergeist. What does he really do to that little girl? Not too much. He's not a scary ghost.
Okay, Sam. All right.
It's not a bad list.
Yes, it is.
It raises a lot of good points.
All right. This can't possibly be true after this list.
This one's going to be legit.
But Dan from New Jersey.
Yo.
Please go ahead.
Hey, you guys are great. Dan, we always knew you were funny, and Sam, you're showing your colors, dude. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much,
Very
Dan.
entertaining.
Thank
very
you, Dan.
entertaining. You guys helped us out. Thank you tonight.
Dan, you've helped us out.
All right.
Look at that. Somebody who actually knows how to function like a human being.
Yeah, and I didn't even hang up real quick out of fear. Oh, this is a good entry. I like this guy.
Okay.
The screen says Crub. Is that your name?
Crub.
All right.
All right, what's up, Crub?
First of all, Sam is a gangster. Just got to point that out.
Which one, me or Than?
Sam.
Sam.
Oh,
Not
yep.
you.
Good point.
Yeah. But for ghosts, I don't know if this would be the worst or the best, but you got to throw in the name of Snoop Dogg as Bones.
I would say that's a good answer. I've never seen Bones, though.
You've never seen Bones?
No.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, actually, now that you bring that up.
I think we caught the trailer is what happened.
It was awesome.
It looked awesome. Snoop Dogg is a
you
ghost.
know, come on, he's like, yo, Snoop Dizzle.
But he's a ghost.
Hey, you motherfuckers.
But he's a ghost.
Yeah, he's a ghost.
That's incredible. I got to see this movie.
I might have to.
It doesn't make sense.
All right, let me update my Netflix queue.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Crub.
No problem.
All right. Kevin from Arizona, go ahead.
Hey, what's happening? I think the worst ghost I ever saw was that big lady on Pee Wee Herman, Large Marge.
That, Kevin is absolutely correct. That might be the most frightening ghost of all time. That scared me throughout my entire
have a
childhood.
good one.
Thanks,
a lot,
Kevin. Tom from Arkansas. I think that's what that stands for. Go ahead, Tom.
Wow, how come Beetlejuice didn't make your list?
Well, it's not my list. This was comprised by some kind of internet geniuses. But I'd say Beetlejuice wasn't necessarily a terrible ghost. Because
come on, he was horrible. He was trying to fuck that little girl.
That's a good point too. I guess, you know what?
Having a crush on Winona Ryder does not make you
He was
a bad
conniving,
ghost.
but he was really
now, Winona Ryder's hot, but I mean, come on, she was like 14 in the movie.
That's a good point too.
All right.
Beetlejuice sucked as a ghost.
All right, thanks, Tom.
But Large Marge, man, that face when she goes, "Tell 'em Large Marge sent you," and her eyes roll to the back of her head and all that stuff, really gives me the willies. Always did.
All right.
Ghost stories. Boo! You just flinched. And it wasn't even a real ghost. That would make me better than friggin' half the ghosts on this list, because I didn't flinch once, especially Ghost Dad.
A man in Colorado, Sam.
We're moving on already?
Yeah, I think we have generated all possible caller volume from your list.
All right, but I'm telling you, this ghost thing...
We got 4 calls, and I think we should thank God.
This mic is very hot from all this hot talk.
May I?
Huh?
Do you really want to? Are we okay?
No, go ahead.
A man was stuck trying to...
Wait. Before we move on, there is somebody else. XM Radio from Pal Talk wants to say the ghost of Craig is a cunt.
The reviews continue to come in for Craig's phone screening work.
Yeah.
Thank you, XM Radio. A guy had to get pulled out. He tried to get into his house via the chimney.
Down the chimney he came.
Yes.
Why?
Apparently it doesn't work. That's not a way to get into one's house.
No, I wouldn't think so. Santa Claus only does it because he has magic on his side.
That's true.
There wasn't a window he could jar?
No. Apparently his family locked him out.
Well, I'm going to get these fuckers. Wait till they see me come down the chimney.
I don't get what this guy possibly could have done. He must have been just boozed up and angry.
I see him right outside. He's got a bottle of Heineken in one hand and a Guinness in the other.
That would be Tony.
And he weighs about 700 pounds.
Yeah.
There's no way you're fitting down that chimney, Tony.
No.
Wait till these fuckers get a load of me. Want to lock me out of my house? I'm coming down the chimney. Look out below. Oh, man.
Apparently, they give some stats about why this doesn't work. Chimneys are 8 to 16 inches in diameter. And at the bottom, they narrow to a 4-inch opening.
I think 4 inches.
4 inches.
That's what you were packing, right, Tony?
Not online, though.
There's no way any human being would ever think they could go down a chimney.
That's correct.
Why this person decided that... Well, I would assume you just put 1 foot in and say, you know what, this is obviously way too small.
This looks like a bad idea. Once you dip your lower half in, and it starts to get a little tight.
Even the second leg.
Yeah.
Santa Claus can do it. Don't mean I can do it. That's what makes Santa Claus special. How many times a year does Santa Claus come?
Once.
Yeah. You think he's going to friggin' Go down a chimney more than once a year?
Yeah. This guy's just fantastic.
Is there any? Why do you want to get back in his house so bad?
They don't know why. They don't know why he A, was locked out, or B, he must have been a fun drunken mess. And the thing is, then you have to call firefighters from actual emergencies to try to extract this guy.
Yeah, it's like they're wasting their time with that guy. This guy should be stuck in a chimney for the rest of his life.
Yeah, maybe lower down a piece of bread every now and then.
No.
Just let him die.
Let him starve to death in the chimney. And you know what you do? You keep warming up by the fireplace. Let that smoke hit him. He should be put in jail. There are people who are in jail who did less than that.
That's correct.
I mean, not the innocent ones, the people who actually committed crimes.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Shoplifting should be a lighter sentence. Okay. Right.
I mean, you're talking about getting down a chimney. Yes, he should be put in jail and removed from society.
If we could just quickly circle back, somebody on feedback brought up the that bitch from What Lies Beneath, in terms of ghosts, bad ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was scary. And you know what? The Amityville Horror, there was a ghost in there. We never knew what it was, but something was haunting old Ryan Reynolds, stud from Van Wilder.
Yes.
To kill his whole family. That's a scary ghost. You know why? It's the unknown, and it makes you kill your family.
That sounds undesirable.
Your whole family.
Wow.
And you're Ryan Reynolds. You're a comic actor.
Yeah.
But you're still killing your family.
Did you ever get the camera up and running?
No.
No?
Pal Talk technical difficulties. Luckily, XM Radio has been keeping in touch with me through Pal Talk Instant Messenger all show to let me know that Craig is a cunt. Our phone screener.
That's important intelligence to have.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take this personally, and I'm kind of glad.
What do you mean?
Craig? Being called a cunt over and over?
You think he's going to take it personally?
Yeah. I'm actually very kind of slightly happy that the camera's not up.
Why is that?
Well,
Tony wouldn't have fit on it?
You don't realize how... You don't realize how many dumb things you do when you're not on camera. And then all of a sudden you're on camera and everybody gets to see.
Like what?
Well,
like Danny jacking off on his dumb knees?
Dumb?
His smart knees.
Yes. Well, sometimes I get congested.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to clear that congestion.
Why do you care if a Pal Talk camera sees you blowing your nose?
Well, there's a coefficient of friction thing going on where blowing my nose certainly is not going to cut it.
What are you talking about?
Sometimes you got to use manual.
What are you talking about?
Picking your nose.
You still pick your nose?
Every now and then.
You're a man of a certain age that doesn't need to be doing that anymore.
Unfortunately, who's commiserating with me? Tony.
Tony, of course Tony picks his nose all the time. He also eats assholes. Are you going to do that?
I certainly won't bring it up within the first 10 seconds of conversation.
All right.
But
or do it on Pal Talk.
Yes.
So but you don't want to. You're kind of nervous about
being constantly viewed. You do, scratch yourself.
All right.
Pick your nose.
I'd say scratch myself, maybe.
What's the big deal? I'm sanitary about it.
It's gross. You know what I mean? You're not. Did you say you're sanitary about it?
Yes.
How?
The old roll and flick.
Whose fat laugh was that?
I believe that was Tony relating with me.
The old roll and flick. I will say, I did catch you one time. I actually saw you.
Uh-oh.
When I was giving you a ride home just this week, you rolled down my window of my car.
I'm respectful.
Because you had picked your nose and you flicked it out the car window on the highway.
That's what you'd have to do.
Oh, you don't. You hold it in your nose, and then you get to my house and say, Sam, do you have a tissue?
I couldn't breathe, Sam.
You can breathe through your mouth. That's why God gave you 3 orifices.
Mm-hmm.
2 nostrils.
I got you. It's just, I don't know.
I know it's inconvenient, but sometimes for the sake of manners, for the sake of company, don't always pick your nose.
All right.
That's our
outro music. That means we're wrapping up the show. And I don't think we could possibly end the show without one last edition. First of all, though, I would like to say that thank you, everybody. Thanks to Opie and Anthony and Jim. Thanks to Eric Logan, Don Wicklin, everybody who came in today. Steve, Danny. I don't want to make Tony have to hurry.
Yeah,
but
Bronx Johnny, thank you. Tony, let's get one more fact before we go.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
China has more English-speaking people than the United States. Side fact, we still have bigger dicks.
Thank you for coming in, Tony. You can step outside the studio. Craig, don't worry. We'll have another screener next time.
All right. That was the Fan and Sam Show.
Thank you to the Pal Talkers for screening us. Whackbag and FBA for promoting us.
Bye.
The Fan and Sam Show.